Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for the Saturday Super Stream. We will be here for about the next 3 3/4 hours. It normally tends to be, but a great time. Every Saturday during lockdown, we watch the second half of the 12:30 kickoff. In the Championship, which is currently Watford 1, Forest 0, and then we're going to go through all of the 3 p.m. kickoffs and react as everything happens, hopefully with plenty of support from people watching various games as the day goes on and the stories unfold, of which no doubt there will be many, many. Here's what's on the agenda today. 3 games kicked off already. You will see Burnley 1, Arsenal 1 in the Premier League. The one we're about to do the second half of is Watford 1, Forest 0. And typically, in Paul Cook's first game, it's Gillingham 1, Ipswich 0 after 30-odd minutes in that one. So plenty going on already. Let me know that you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. Let me know which game you're going to be watching for us. And then, of course, keep us up to date. I try and look in 20 places at once on the Saturday Super Stream. But what really helps is people smartening me up as we go as to what is indeed going on. What's been going on in the first half of this one is that Watford have the lead and are moving into second place as things stand. It's 1-0 to Watford. If you did watch the first half, I did not. I'm going to watch enough football today. Let me know how you think it played out. I've seen the goal, which was scored by Adam Messina, the left back. He's quite cool in the box, but loads of time to measure his finish, which ends up going through keeper Samba's legs. There are the teams. We just go into the last ad break before we go to the second half. It's Backman in goal for Watford. Firmino, Ekong, Sierralta and Messina is standard. And a little bit of a different shape here. Obviously, very light in central midfield today, Watford. Only Hughes really there. Zinkernagel is a winger and João Pedro is a forward. So I guess they're going to just try and drop into a 4 to give a little bit of extra safety in numbers to Hughes, really the only central midfielder. So Semmer and Sarr wide, Zinkernagel and João Pedro off Andre Gray. For Forest, standard stuff, 4-2-3-1, Samba in goal, Christie, Figueiredo, Worrell and Bong. Garner and Yates, of course, Garner played the first half of the season. We didn't play too many times. On loan at Watford. Knockaert, Kravinovic, Freeman and Murray up top. We are just about to go to the second half. We have kicked off the second half. Let me know if you want a time sync and we'll start going through all of these comments. That's the first one of the day. Cook out. Oh, dear. It's the most Ipswich thing possible, though, isn't it? Hey? At least you're not 4-0 down at halftime. There we go. I'm watching SofaScore for the next 3 hours. I do every Saturday, Owen, so don't worry about that. There you go. The new manager bounce, of course. Iain, looking forward to a great Super Stream. League 2 duty, excellent. Keep us updated on what you are doing. Here is Sierralta for Watford. Plays that out to Messina, the goal scorer, on the left-hand side into the channel. Nice knock-off by Zinkernagel to Semmer. Semmer into João Pedro in that deep position. Out wide, he goes to Firmino. Firmino into Sarr. Sarr engages his man. Sorry, it was Semmer engages his man. I was going to say it probably would have been more effective if it had been Sarr. And nothing doing. Cleared out. Let me know if, like Lock, yes, you are watching Burnley versus Arsenal. They are 1-1 in the Premier League. A comedic own goal from Xhaka. Interesting. Wigan v MK in the Will Grigg derby. Will Griggs on fire? Your defence is terrified. Evidently, it is. Morecambe versus Carlisle for Iain. That's what I was thinking. Maybe Forest. Just don't have a game plan. What's going on with the takeover? Who knows, Richard? No idea. Lots of chitter chatter on that. And my rule with the Derby County one was, I'll talk when there's something to say. So we'll just let them get on with it. It's like a house move, isn't it? For goodness sake. Here is Familia down the right into the centre halves and Ekong. We have a Cathcart there, haven't we, recently? Ekong gets the start today. The Nigerian centre half. Sierralta up the line to Sema. He's nicely closed down by Krissy. Always interesting when you get a manager like Chris Hughton who has to chase a lead here, because normally they like to have what they hold and use that as a basis. But they're going to have to step out a little bit during this half, aren't they? Backman to Ekong in the right back position. Big one forward from him. Looking for Gray. Figueiredo's out and he wins that. I think Gray inadvertently bashes into Figueiredo. And it's a free kick to Forest. Could be a good day for Watford today. Let me just bring up that live league table again. In fact, Sky have just brought up the next 6 fixtures. Cardiff, Rotherham, Birmingham, Wednesday, Borough, Reading. Interesting. Only Reading in the top 6 for the next 6 opponents for the Hornets. If we bring the table up, with Brentford having had their game postponed and Swansea potentially 4 points behind, a win by Watford today would guarantee them second spot, wouldn't it? So very desirable situation they're in now at 48 in this game. Let's take a look at some of your comments. Nigel Pearson, 500 games up today. Brilliant stuff. Great inning from Nigel Pearson. Not watching Ipswich. No, we're on the Super Stream today, Bud. We normally have it on the screen. I get it for free with my season ticket, but no, I can't. I can't pay the tenner and barely see any of it. So no can do. All right, Ben, not often to get to watch. Over 7 in a row for the Tykes. Norwich and Barnsley, potentially. Big tip of the cap to both of them. 7 in a row. Both of them are on for it today. Mark says, very light midfield, mucking around at the back. Pedro off and Wilmot on. Would you put Wilmot in as the holding midfielder then, Mark, and bring Hughes further forward? Or would you go to a 3 at the back? Difficult one for Xisco today, isn't it, Mark? Without Chalobah, without Cleverly. And who's the other one that's missing? I can't remember who the other one that's missing. The guy from Bournemouth, Gosling. Owen's not watching the second half. Go on, Owen. Ye of little faith. You never know. Could get back into it. Come on, Super Reds. First time in history, 7 in a row. One thing that is really fun doing what I do on here. Slip through. Gray into the box. Big chance for Gray. And on the angle, João Pedro it was who was through. Gray was in the middle. João Pedro's slid in beautifully there. Zinkernagel has got a real eye for a pass threaded through, hasn't he? Not a great finish on the angle from João Pedro there. I was going to say, the fun thing about doing this is you get to vicariously live through all of these supporters who are on great runs. Like, it's a great moment for Barnsley at the moment, isn't it? Sort of highest they've been in absolutely years, isn't it? So tremendous stuff. Watford have a nasty last 6 games. Yes, they do. I tweeted about this yesterday. Watford's last 2 games are Brentford and Swansea, aren't they? So they're going to want an advantage going into the last 2, so the destiny is in their hand. It's going to be tremendous, though, isn't it? Clipped forward by João Pedro and headed over to Bong by Garner. Iain says, big game at Carrow Road for Luton. Tuffy. You said it, Iain. Very, very difficult one. If they get anything from that, they'll be well happy. But Luton, big picture, brilliant. 44 points, I think. Luton already, amazing. Sarr crosses in from the right. Kravinovic is back, heads it to Yates. Yates, awkward touch. Hospital ball for Kravinovic. Hughes wins it. Firmino. Firmino down the right. Here's Sarr, the star man. In it comes to Firmino again. Can he and Sarr get that ball moving nice and quickly? Zinkernagel crosses in, headed clear by Worrell. Looks like Forrest going to get out. Freeman. It's poor from Freeman. Tries to clip it down the line and wasn't the right pass at the right time. Hughes slips it through. Zinkernagel wins the corner. Good stuff from Watford. John Moss has been relegated to the Championship. Is it referee Moss today? Oh, well, aren't we privileged, whoever posted that? Alistair, how's he been for anyone who's watched the game? Referee Moss. This weekend marks a year since stadiums had full capacity. Yes. Gutting, isn't it? Zinkernagel takes the corner. Cleared out by Figueiredo. Back to Zinkernagel. You can see how Zinkernagel got a lot of assists. Where was it he played before? Denmark, is it? I can't remember what league he was in. But he had really good numbers for goals and assists and goal contributions. Firmino taken off him, and Kravinovic brings it away. Ekong. You'll have to forgive me today. I've had a lot of trouble with my eye for about 3 days now, but it appears to be calming down. But every now and then we do get a bit of a painful moment and an attack of the streams. But I can see, don't worry. I'm not in that much pain. Ekong, Gray, Hughes, central. Wide right to Firmino. Here's Sarr again. Sarr versus Bong. Sarr goes outside. Tries to drive the cross. For a player of his quality, poor from Sarr. And it flies off out and out of play. Who's this? Is that Cafu? I think it's going to be a double sub by Forest if they turn around. I think that's Joe Lolly and Cafu look like they are about to be coming on. There's somebody at my door, says my new Ring doorbell, and I can't answer it. It's my next door neighbour. Do you want to see him? Oh dear. I hope we're not blocking him in or anything. 55 gone, and we're expecting this double sub from Forest imminently. So Lolly and Cafu are about to come on. My phone won't shut up telling me there's motion at my front door. Grand. Ewan, Watford's last 6. Reading home, Luton away, Norwich away, Millwall home, Brentford away, Swansea home. That'll sort the man from the boys. Crossed in by Sarr. And Gray couldn't quite slide that in at the far post. And you know what season run-ins are like, Ewan? Those 6 games, you know, going to want to pick up points. But then, by the same token, it's a race, isn't it? It's a race. Sometimes teams fall over the line with, you know, poor end runs as things get a bit nervous around them. Eli, yes, of course, we'll do a 10 games running. I think, do we get a gap? Do we get an entire week's gap? We'll double check with the schedules, but yes, of course. Owen, yes, difficult next 6 for Forest. Watford today, then Reading, Norwich, Brentford, Cardiff in form. Ouch. Tricky run. That happened to Forest earlier in the season, didn't it? They got all the top teams at one go. Seeing as we're commemorating a year as we were in stadiums, the best goal you've ever seen your club score live. Christ. I've got my favourites, but I'm trying to think out what the best one would be. I tend to build the narrative in. Here's Kravinovic. Kravinovic, left-hand side, looking for Murray, plays it behind him. Oof. Fantastic shirt, Ben. Reminds me of my backpacking days. I normally get called I'm a Hull fan. Remember, whatever I wear, football fans make about football. So, yeah. Brentford could be 4th. Yes, indeed. So a win for Swans. Good point, actually. A win for Swans. Yeah, Brentford, Rotherham cancelled. Yeah, COVID. Rotherham. I think Richard Wood was isolating, but Iain will tell us more about that. Brentford last season. Yeah, last 3 games. Brentford lose all 3. I can't remember. West Brom lost to Huddersfield, didn't they? And then West Brom drew against QPR. And I think Brentford lost the last 2. Yeah. So, yeah, Brentford got 1 point from 6 and 0 from 6. And West Brom got 1 from 6. Incredible. João Pedro slips it to Sema. Sema back to João Pedro in left channel. Good football. João Pedro looking for Sarr, who'd come central. Figueiredo gets it away from him. Carvalho free kick against Millwall. Revel versus Orient in the playoff final. Smith against Man United. Martins against Arsenal. Some great memories here. Love this. Excellent stuff. 58:57 on the clock. Oh, smash a like for the Bloom. Absolutely. Hit that like button if you're in the stream. We're here for the long haul. Don't you worry about that. How are Ipswich getting on? Are they still 1-0 down? My phone hasn't gone mad, which normally happens whenever Ipswich score. I'll probably keep away from the Blue Monday WhatsApp group. They're probably venting if Ipswich are playing as badly as we think, which is actually, do you know what? Let me indulge myself. Let's just have a little check. I think, are Ipswich going to be half-time? Should be there or thereabout now. Yeah, so half-time in the Ipswich game. Quick little update. Go on. So Ipswich 1 down at Gillingham. No shots on target for Town in the first half. Looks like Gillingham, the better side, hit the woodwork both sides as well. Looks like Gillingham value for that one at the moment. We'll see what Paul Cook, new Ipswich manager, can do at half-time. So half-time over in League One. Ipswich 1 down to Steve Evans, the old mucker, and the Gills. Bong down the left. Does well against Sarr. I think Sarr sort of shoulder charged him and did enough just to put him off. Watford get that clear. Fair contact, I think, by Sarr then. Cameras on the linesman. 60 minutes gone. Kyle, are you watching, buddy? Very poor Ben from Town need to be better in the second half. It looks that way, doesn't it? John Ott Semabor versus AFC Wimbledon. You love to see it. Forest have won it high up again. Here's Garner. Garner clips it in, looking for knockout. That's clever by Messina. He's not goal side of knockout, but he just runs across enough to put him off and then lets the ball go. And out it goes. Knockout, I think, telling Garner to speed things up. It's still Burnley 1, Arsenal 1 in the Premier League. At 3 o'clock, we've got Sheffield United and Southampton. So I just got my eyes on the Burnley game. Here is Ekong. Ekong takes it. Well, it's poor from Ekong, actually. Just dribbles it out of play. Watford in 14-15 kind of bottled the title on the last day. Feel bad for Gomez. Bournemouth got the title. Yeah, those last days are tense, aren't they? I've seen very good professional footballers go to absolute pieces on those last day of the season. Shout outs. Gills look like one of those sides who can beat anyone on their day, but very inconsistent. Why does their day have to be coincide with them playing Ipswich then? 62-30 on the clock. Corner for Forest. Worrell is up. Murray, of course, is in there. Figueiredo. It's going to come in from the left-hand side. Sky don't have the camera on it. I'm guessing Knockout will take it. No, it comes in right-footed from Kravinovic. Headed clear. Volleyed back by Lolly, who's got very lucky. It's shanked all the way out to Kravinovic. Kravinovic back post. Good header clear by Messina there. Powerful header by the left back. He was on his own, 1v1 on the back post. And he wins that header. You'd have wanted that fall into Lolly on the edge of the box, wouldn't you? Banging left foot, that bloke. Shanked it. Messina heads away again. Krissy against Messina in the box. It's to the back post. Kravinovic. Lolly. Lolly's got Cafu inside. Back to Lolly. Lolly crosses left-footed. Worrell tries to get there. Ekong does pretty well. Some good pressure from Forest. And good news for Watford because Gray has won a free kick in the centre circle. One of the best days you've got. Jimmy Glass. When was that, David? 97 or something? That was many years ago. Another slightly dull one. No, decent one, this. You have the goal, Oliver. We didn't get the goal last night. That would have brought Cardiff out a little bit, did we? Brought them out of their shells. Hide in your shell. Last 5 minutes possession, 88% to Forest. They've definitely been turning the screw as we come up 65 minutes. Chris Hughton obviously tried to make a couple of substitutions. Bringing in Cafu and Lolly. Lolly's in off the left here. He's beaten Hughes, actually. Excellent play by Lolly. Get it out to Knockout. Knockout on the right. Obviously looking to cut in. Christie. Knockout is short. Here is Knockout. Oh, good hit by Knockout there. I was about to say, Knockout, greedy as ever. But it's a great hit. No curl on it. Normally, Knockout will go for the off the right and curl in toward the far post. He just goes for power here. Smacks across it. Oh, that doesn't miss by much, does it? Good strike by Knockout. Maybe surprised the keeper there. Normally, he goes for placement, doesn't he, in the curler? I think Andre Gray is coming off. And Carlos Sanchez is coming on, who I think has just arrived in the last week as a free agent, hasn't he? Anyone got anything on Carlos Sanchez? Because I know nothing. A Colombian player, I think, if I knew the flag right. So Sanchez in for Gray, which means it looks like he's going to sit in midfield and João Pedro, yeah. So they're back to their normal 4-3-3 shape. Zinkernagel's going to stay in midfield, but João Pedro's gone up top. Here is Zinkernagel. João Pedro out to Sema on the left. Sema runs against Krissy. Turn. Sema's done well, actually, and wins the corner off of Cyrus Krissy. Colombian international, thank you. Once played for West Ham. Is he a centre mid then, Iain? Oh, thanks, Russ. Central defensive midfielder, Tetty type. Cool. Sanchez is 35. He's my age. I know that from Football Manager. There we go. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I guess they just needed a body in there, didn't they, in that squad? We'll see how good Carlos Sanchez is. Obviously, some experience there if he's 35. Many games up his sleeve, no doubt. Sanchez used to play for Villa as well. I thought as much. Yeah, that was in my head, but I didn't say it. Obviously had an excellent career. Here's Sema. Sanchez gives the ball away with his first touch. Typical. Lolly. If anyone wants a time sync, let me know. We're at 67.49. I can do a proper one, though, if anyone needs one. Remember Watford with their brilliant home record. I think they got, I'm right in saying they're 41 points at home going into today. So it's put them up to 44 home points, which is just scandalously good, isn't it? I think I'm correct in saying that. And they are headed for the win. Figueiredo. Christie is nice sidestep to beat Messina, but then he ran it out of play. So nothing doing in the end. We're going to see a replay of the goal in the first half. Loads of space for Messina. Touch. And Samba's a little bit unlucky, isn't he? He's coming back across the keeper and it flies through his legs. He wasn't expecting it to go there. 6 inches either side. He probably would have saved it, wouldn't he? Backman. Plays it out from the back. Nice ping, actually, to the left-hand side. And Messina again. Sierralta. Ekong. Ekong goes direct into central midfield. Held up nicely there by Sarr. Sanchez back to Sarr. And Watford just holding on to the ball now. And as I say that, they try to switch of play. And they've handed it straight back to Forest. Here comes Cafu to Bong. Cafu again. Switch of play by him. João Pedro's trying to close down Figueiredo. I know I thought he'd won the ball reasonably there, but referee Moss has given a foul. Teams are coming in now. We'll look at them properly after this one's finished at about 2:30. But teams arriving. My phone's flashing with lots of Twitter notifications. Lolly crosses back post. Messina gets a flick on it. Knockhart's picked it out right wing. Knockhart loops the cross in, flicked by Bong. Not a bad effort, that. Bong more central than Glenn Murray or Joe Lolly there, coming in from the left back position. Not a bad header either. He just gets a little some contact from Ekong. That's probably enough to put him on, and Bong glances the header wide. Aidan, you can see Forest coming into this game, but we need that extra attacking potency, which has cost us all season. Yeah, it's just a matter of balance, isn't it, Aidan? They just feel a little bit skewed defensively, don't they, Forest? That's a foul on Garner by João Pedro, who's just come back from a suspension, and he's committed a couple of fouls in the last 2 minutes. So he's probably going to get a yellow card the next foul he makes, I would have thought. He's actually on a yellow card as well. So he needs to be careful here, João Pedro, or he's going to have 2 red cards in 2 straight games, isn't he? It does seem to be disproportionately Forest on the ball at the moment. Lolly, that's a brilliant pass by Lolly. Out to Knockhart. Knockhart comes inside. Reverse ball, Kravinovic. Kravinovic, do you know, he took it off Christie's toes there, and Christie holds his head. He's won a corner, Kravinovic. Could have been a better opening. We've got some team news here, some Wednesday team news. Wildsmith, Parmalee, Burner, Ergaheed, Harris, Hutchison, Banninshaw, Windass, Patterson. 3 at the back for Reading. Corner in for Forest. Good header again by Messina. Half cleared. Cafu deflected. Oh, geez. That deflected. It was looping into the top corner, or so I thought, and just wide off the post. Kravinovic to Knockhart. Knockhart, great cross left-footed. This is excellent from Forest, and good defending again by Watford. Loads of pressure being put on here by Forest as we come up 73 in this one. Good quality deliveries the last couple of times. Cafu's shot. Oh, Christ, that doesn't miss by much. It doesn't go where he wanted it to. Deflected and just loops over the top corner. It's another corner. Forest really turning the screw here. In it comes near post, headed away by João Pedro this time. Hooked back in by Lolly. Bong is surely offside as soon as he touches that. He should have let it bounce, shouldn't he? And a big load of pressure from Forest, and Watford survive. There's your Bristol City team. Unchanged, thanks. Anir. Anything else in here? Cantwell back for Norwich. Rupp comes in as well for Vrancic. That'll be against Luton, against Brian's Luton there. Afternoon, Brian. Long one forward, headed away by Sierralta. Good afternoon, Bazzy. Kravinovic has gone down. We're at 75 minutes, 16. Did Sierralta catch him? Yeah. Didn't really see what happened there. Looks like he won the header nice and cleanly. I don't know if he trod on him on the way down or something. Forest very much on top, though, in this game. Chasing it 1-0. Had any pain? All the painkillers, Iain. Don't you worry about it. We'll soldier on, my friend. And I'll have some alcoholic painkillers later. Birmingham going 3 at the back today, says John. They have the daunting task of going to Barnsley. That's great play by Sema. Sema driving in towards the box. Sema comes inside, hits the shot, bounces back. João Pedro. Oh, Sema should have crossed it. João Pedro now, edge of the box. Clicks it over. Great touch by Saar. Saar across. Zinkernagel. Edge of the box. Zinkernagel just over the top. Forest have been on top, very much on top. Watford really could have scored there. Excellent from Semmer in the first instance. Beautiful bit of skill to just knock it past Figueiredo and run in. Comes inside, square it at that point, hits the shot right-footed. João Pedro does well to recycle it. It goes to Sarr, and then it's Zinkernagel on the left foot, and that doesn't miss by much. Possibly, Samba has that covered in the goal. Yes, we got the Blades team there from a couple of people, Mankind and Leeds 2021. And we got the Rangers team from Anir. Thank you, guys. We'll have a look at the shapes for all of these teams here. Lee says we're looking at a change of shape for Bristol City as well. We'll look at that at 2:30. Excuse me. They should be off in the second half. Gillingham 1, Ipswich 0. In the Premier League, there's 10 minutes left to go of Burnley 1, Arsenal 1. Watford heading for second place here. Zinkernagel. And it's given away. Figueiredo, 78 minutes on the clock. Now, be a big 3 points this one. We're about to get another sub for Watford. Here's Sanchez. Sarr. João Pedro, nice little flick on. Looped up in the air. And Samba is okay to pick that one up. No danger of that being a back pass. Samba, big clearance. Be interesting to see if Glenn Murray plays out this whole game. Perhaps they might freshen that up, Forest. Bong goes home to Samba. As we come up 80 minutes in this one. Backman. Jez slowing it down. Kravinovic chases in. Sierralta. That's a dreadful ball by Sierralta. He's played it straight to Stephen Reed in the technical box there. And we're going to have substitutions, all meaning of substitute. I can see Lyle Taylor. We're going to have the Watford change first. Zinkernagel has come off and Joseph Hungbo has come on. So they do have the effect of a little bit down to bare bones here, Watford. Hungbo has gone left by the look of it and Semmer's going to go in field. I think Cisco's just trying to get as many experienced players into the centre of the pitch as he can because they're just very, very light there, aren't they? Without Chalobah and Gosling. And cleverly, Kravinovic off, Taylor on for Forest. They're going to go 2 up, 2 strikers on. Glenn Murray looks like he's staying on. And the left back's coming off. So off comes Bong. And on comes, is that Tyler Blackett? Yeah, on comes Blackett. Okay. So it's not a crazy left back for centre forward swap. But we did lose Kravinovic, who's a number 10, for Taylor, who's a striker. So we may get 4-4 F in 2 here from Chris Hughton. "81 minutes on the clock now." Mankind says, Burnley red card. I'll have a look at that on the iPad up the top. That will be a little bit behind my coverage here. Garner. It looks like a handball on the goal line. That's referee Mariner has red carded a Burnley player. Let's have a look at this. It's hard to see who that hit. There's two Burnley players back on the goal line. Oh, they need to get a better angle of that. So I'm on the 4-3 plan. I can't even tell you which player it hit, let alone whether it was handball. Right, there you go. Super slow. No, that's going to get overturned. That hits his shoulder. This is definitely going to get overturned, I think, would be my prediction. Has the VAR looked at it yet? Definitely seems to hit his shoulder and not the sort of bicep down there. But hey, let's have a look. Tarkovsky's explaining this to referee Mariner. Hopefully the VAR will pick that one up. We'll concentrate on the Forest goal. The Forest game, even. The Watford game. I'm just hoping this red card gets rescinded because we just don't want them to be giving us handballs, do we? Flicked on by Murray for Lyle Taylor to chase. And Sierralta brings it away. Clipped into the channel. Taylor chases again and Messina lets that run out. So referee Mariner has rescinded that red card. Rightly so. And that's where VAR is good, actually, because, I mean, it took me 4 replays to even figure out which player the ball had hit because there was 2 on the line, let alone if it was handball or not. Has to go down as a brilliant clearance with his shoulder there. As I think Lacazette's pointing it out. I think he actually agrees with him, the Arsenal player. Clever kit design from Burnley, separating the shoulder from... Yes, great idea, that. Red card overturned, no penalty. Rightly so, I think we would all agree. Watching that, nearly some fake news in there. And you know what I think about fake news. Here is Ekong, 84 on the clock now. And it goes to Hungbo. He engages Krissy. Good crossing low by Hungbo. That's excellent. Across the goal. Obviously, if Watford were in 0-0 mode here, maybe they'd had some people attacking that. But nobody in the centre, not even Ismail Assar, is quick enough to get on that. But he fired it across nicely. A long one forward. Sanchez heads it down. Messina, who's been very solid since I've been watching this. Would you believe João Pedro beats Figueiredo in the air? But it goes straight through to Brice Samba. And Hungbo heads it out. 84.50 on the clock. Tom, nice to catch you live. Love it. Thank you, Tom. You're very, very welcome here. I love the word rescinded, and so does Michael Smith. Of course, wrongly sent off, as was Accrington Stanley's Connolly against Ipswich the other day. And I dare say, I saw that, and my instant gut reaction was that's not a red card, and it turned out not to be so. We're going to get another substitution for Watford. Cisco's obviously uncomfortable with, the way this game is potentially going to eke out in the last 5 minutes and in stoppage time. He's really tried to tweak and tinker and shore it up, especially in the central midfield area. Sema wins it back. Here's Hungbo down the left. Sema clips it across. That's not a great cross. Easy for Samba. Addy goes to Blackett. Blackett to Cafu. 86 on the clock now. Christie up the line. Nice back heel there. Excellent from Knockaert to Taylor. Taylor is trying to run Sierralta. That's really good from Taylor. They were both arms all over each other, and he was strong, Taylor. Kept his balance, kept control of the ball and won the corner. Good play. Good physicality and skill from Lyle Taylor there. Knockout. Curls the corner in. Messina yet again wins it in the air. It's gone loose. Cafu and shanked by Garner there. It's one of those difficult ones where he's got about a millisecond to hit the ball. He can't adjust his feet and it's just coming down on the half volley. Oof. So here comes another substitution for Watford. João Pedro is going to come off. Isaac Success is going to come on. Has he been here all season? Was he on loan somewhere? Or has he just got... But we haven't seen him, I don't think. I don't know what the deal is with him, because I would have remembered the name for sure. Looks like he's gone up top, where João Pedro was playing. Hungbo heads that inside. Garner picks it up. Garner looking to stretch Watford behind. Oh, chance, Lyle Taylor. And there is the equalising goal. It's been disallowed. Why has that been disallowed? There's a flag gone up. What happens here then? Garner lifts it over the top, chested down. Oh, no, fair call. Murray wins the tackle. It's a good finish by Taylor. Really good finish. Hits it nice and early with the right foot. Backman will argue that he stopped, but he didn't. Good finish by Taylor, but the goal is rightly disallowed there. He's offside. Success was injured. Yeah, I was going to say I hadn't seen him. There you go. A couple of new players in for Watford today who haven't seen this season. Sanchez arriving and Success obviously coming back from injury. Do you know that all came, that disallowed goal? Sema, Sa, let me just cut to this one. Sa, nice switch of play to Firmina. Firmina, 1v1, just holds on to it. He's got no support, so he has to go back into Sanchez. Sanchez across to Messina. Ooh, good press by Forrest. And Watford nearly managing to play Lyle Taylor in there without Forrest having to touch the ball. And in the end, Firmina gets it back to Backman. What I was going to say was, all of that came from Hungbo, who was out on the left-hand side, trying his best to win a header, but then actually breaking the lines and headering it back inside to James Garner, when if he just left it, there would have been no danger, obviously. But hindsight being 2020, he didn't. 89-40. Xisco holds up two fingers. I don't know if he's trying to make out that there's 2 minutes to go. 89-50 on the clock. We're going to get the stoppage time soon. Free kick taken short by Hughes to Sema to Hungbo. Hungbo left and plays it back to Hughes. Hughes clips it up the line. Hungbo gets fouled surely by Krissy. That's poor from Krissy and good from Hungbo actually. He's had a good little sub cameo here. Great finish that, yeah, it was. So he looks sharp, Taylor. He just needs to be onside. Forrester knocking, but it's probably too late now. Yeah, it looks like Aiden. They had their best spell coming up sort of 70 to 80 minutes, didn't they? Fair play to Watford, who've kept them out. Will they get another chance? Here's Success down the left to Sema. Good ball. Hungbo into the box. Hungbo hits the shot, bounces back. Looked like handball by Hungbo. But he's really frustrating Forrest now because he's winning throw-ins and corners and keeping the ball. He's an absolute nuisance here. Hungbo down the left. Good cameo by him. And it's a corner to Watford that Sema is just going to knock a foot forward to Success. Success holds up, plays it back to Sema. Garner has won a throw-in off Sema. And here come Forrest. 91-18 on the clock. 3 minute stoppage time to play. And Watford win a throw off Glenn Murray. And, of course, all the Watford players walk away from the ball. No one's interested in taking this one. Full time, Burnley 1, Arsenal 1. That's our first result of the Super Stream. Burnley 1, Arsenal 1 in the Premier League. Sema clips that one into the channel towards the nuisance, Hungbo. Ken Sema just boots it up in the air. And Samba comes out and grabs it. Right, 1 minute of minimum stoppage time to play. Can Forest get the ball and some big players up towards the penalty box? They won't be bothered about defending at the moment. Sarr, though, has got it halfway. Sanchez, good play by Sarr. That's excellent from Watford. Just keeping the ball in the corner. Success heads it. Clipped forward. But Blackett wins it. And Blackett, if he meant that, I'd be very surprised, but he slices it and it's gone all the way to Taylor. 25 seconds, normal time to go. Can they get it in the box? Figueiredo. He clips it forward. Big header by Sierralta for Watford. And Sanchez, really cool and calm, the 35-year-old. And booted away by Watford. Good from Success, wins it in the air. Figueiredo goes with Hungbo 50-50. Krissy lobs it forward and Backman comes out with a spectacular double-handed punch. We've now played the 3 minutes. Brilliant from Hungbo again. What a sub cameo this has been. Beats his man, slides it across the box. No one arriving. Here's Sanchez. He may as well shoot. It's going to be the last action of the game. He holds it in the corner, though. That's one of the many reasons he's a professional footballer and I'm not, because he makes the right decisions. And it's a win for Watford. It is Watford 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Adam Messina with the goal. And Watford are in second position. Messina with the goal in the first half through Samba's legs. Good forceful fight back from Forest in the second half, particularly from about 65 to 80. They were really, really dominant, but they didn't score. Everyone mucked in. Some good aerial work by Sierralta and Messina. Lyle Taylor had the ball in the net, didn't he, towards the end of the game. He was rightly flagged offside. And fair dues to Cisco, I think. Watford light on central midfielders. And he kept rotating it and changing it every 30 minutes or so throughout the game. And they've got the victory. We're just having a look at Backman. Ooh, goodness me. Backman, when he punched that ball away with two hands, possibly was millimetres outside the box. Let's have a look. Very, very hard to tell. I mean, at worst, it would have been a free kick to Forest right on the edge of the box. I don't think he gets denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity because there's literally two Watford players screening knockout. But little small bit of controversy at the end there. Potentially, Backman handballing that outside of the box. But I think two covering players there on the denial of goal-scoring opportunity. We'll look at the numbers in just a second. There's Ian's accumulator there. Nice. Norwich, Stoke, Stanley, Blackpool. Wow. Decent odds on that. Well done, Ewan. Well done, Bazzy. Forest unlucky there. Watford did well to keep us out. Agreed. Fair play, Watford. Definitely the better team. Forest made Watford work hard for 3 points. Agree with all of this. Messina, man of the match. Maybe Hungbo had a great cameo. But, yeah, I think Messina will probably get it, especially when you factor in the goal. Are you telling me Ipswich have scored? Are you telling me Ipswich have scored? Let me just pick my phone up. This could be an exciting moment here on the Super Stream. I didn't catch it. And I'm scrolling. I could just do it on the screen, couldn't I? Oh, for goodness sake. Let's just do it on the screen. Looks like Ipswich have equalised and Luke Chambers has scored. Sorry, really struggling with my eye today. We will try and get through the Super Stream without this being too terrible. There it is. Luke Chambers, who I believe has gone into the top 10 Ipswich Town appearance makers, has scored from a Josh Harrop assist. 1-1. Luke Chambers is the goal scorer. Let's just update everything. So, Watford will be second place at the end of the day because of the Brentford postponement today. So, let's have a look. Thank you, guys, for letting me know that. In fact, I wonder if we do stick Gillette on now, whether I might catch that goal. Normally miles behind, aren't I? Where are we going? Favourites? No, not in there. Of course it's not in there. We'll have a look at the Watford and Forest numbers in just a second. Gillette Soccer Saturday. Oh, it doesn't start till 3. Nice. TV guide. Sports. Why can't you give me the blooming list? Shocking. Oh, don't make me scroll it. No, I'm not doing this. Favourites. There we go. Sky Sports News. That would have been the one, wouldn't it? Right. Let's have a look at the numbers in the Forest and Watford game. Watford going in to second spot and, as I said, guaranteed to finish the day there. We'll have to look into midweek and see what's happening otherwise. And yes, I am going to get to see the Ipswich goal. Oh, joy. 68 minutes they've played now. I think the goal was about 2-3 minutes ago. So it's an attacking set play for Ipswich. Harrop right-footed. Nice delivery. Looping header. It's a good goal, actually. Keeper just gets his feet stuck in the mud, doesn't he? Good header in by Chambers, who, as I say, in the top 10 appearance makers of all time for Ipswich Town. Now, so there are the numbers. Yeah, and I mean, look, the glaring number there that stands out is no shots on target for Forest. It's hard to score without any shots on target, isn't it? One big chance for Watford, 4 shots to 0 on target, 56 on the possession. It's a tight game, isn't it? It is, I guess, a viable win. I mean, you tell me in the comments, but they've got it, and it leaves the table looking a little something like that. So, I mean, we're kind of ignoring Norwich at the moment because they're miles clear at the top. But as it pertains to 3rd and 4th, no Brentford game this Saturday, postponed against Rotherham. Be interesting to see where that goes back in. Swansea, as you can see on the bottom there, at home to Borough. So Swansea can close to within a point with a win, which would put Brentford into 4th position. In terms of Forest, I suppose a small little worry for Forest now because they've got a difficult run coming up. Look, they're 8 points above the drop zone, which should be enough. And you think 40 points at 35 games, you should be able to find your way safe from that. But yeah, a few little nerves will be kicking in for Forest fans, especially if anything happens with sort of QPR and Derby below them. Although Derby are playing Coventry, so a Derby win is perversely a good result for Forest later if that does indeed happen. Let me just bring up the home table because we always do for Watford. Incredible. Look at that. 44 points at home for Watford. They are 5 games away from potentially could get mid-50s, couldn't they? Or even higher. 5 games, 15, could get high 50s. They win all of them. But some difficult games between now and the end of the season for Watford. Right. Just before we look at the team news, I'll look at your comments in a sec. I just wanted to see what is the state of play in midweek. I know this round hasn't happened, but I'm just curious. So in midweek, we do have Swansea. They play Blackburn. We do have QPR versus Wickham. Luton versus Rotherham has been postponed. And then we have Barnsley and Derby. So potentially Brentford, the 12th, is the Friday night game next week. Yeah, potentially Brentford, if you look at the table, now Swansea play twice before Brentford next play. So Swansea could literally put in a 5-point lead before the next Brentford game with a little bit of fixture congestion coming in for the Bees. Can they take advantage of a potentially desirable situation? Right. Sorry, guys. Let's have a look at your comments. If Russ is in the chat, he'll laugh at this. Parachute payments starting to show in the Championship again. Shows the season Leeds had last season. Absolutely, of course. But I've talked about parachute payments on Twitter. If you want to laugh, go on my Twitter and see me trying to reason with a Norwich fan who just seemed angry at the world. Bounce. It's the new manager, Bounce, apparently. Everybody bounce. George, we'll have a look at these lineups in a second. Looks like Solbauer and Frieser returning for Barnsley. And any more team. There you go. You've got to like the cut of his jib there. Triple change from Paul Cook. What's Chris saying? He normally talks sense, doesn't he? Most of the time, Chris. Forest only 2 points above Huddersfield, who I think are in mortal peril. And Forest may get no points from the next four. That's the worry, isn't it? Ridley, I really don't think Forest will go down, but they've got a horrible run coming up. Agreed. Oh, God, Gillingham have scored. Damn. Gillingham have taken the lead on 73. I just had the goal scorer up as well. We're going to see the goal here for the Gills. Down the right-hand side. Crossed in. Nice finish. Good cross in from the right-hand side. I can't see the goal scorer, but Gillingham have taken the lead against Ipswich. Paul Cook's triple substitution, let's just say, not working so far. Anyway, we'll see if Ipswich can get back into that one. Let me just update the banner down the bottom. Oh, right. Let's get back into the comments. Yeah, I wanted to read that one. Ben triggers the parachute teams more than anyone I know. It's very hard to have a reasonable conversation, apart from people like Russ who are able to do it, of fans that support a team that has parachute payments. They get very, very defensive about it. Obviously, we just look at the division as a whole and just want there to be as reasonable a playing field as possible, which perhaps the parachute payments. And before anyone goes off on one, I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm not saying it's the fault of the teams that have got them. I'm just saying the way they distribute the money at the moment feels like it makes it very, very difficult for the teams that don't have them to remotely do anything good. Michael, I hope Darren Moore is a top chef who can make some decent chips from a rotten potato. Nice analogy. That's the only ingredient he's got. Indeed. Right. Let's have a look at your teams then. So we'll go top to bottom. Let's do Norwich Luton first. And the Canaries looking for a magnificent 7. Can they get their 7th straight win? Looks a really strong team, doesn't it? Krull, Aarons, Hanley, Gibson, Janulis, McLean, Skip, Campbell back in, Rupp back in, so Vrancic and Hernandez out, and then the two main men, Buendia and Pookie. Buendia just in, I don't know what words there are left. Ludicrous, absurd, ridiculous form. Luton, Sluga in goal. Craney comes in. Pearson, Naismith, who looks like he's going to play centre-back again for Luton. Moncur, Tunnicliffe, who's found his goal-scoring shoes the past few weeks. Dewsbury Hall, Berry off Collins and Tom Ince. That is the state of play at Norwich Luton in the 3 o'clocks. Right, let's go next. Watford have already played, obviously, and Brentford have been postponed. So we will have a look and see what Swansea are up to against Middlesbrough. Apparently Ipswich have hit the bar through Caden Jackson. Twitter tells me. Didn't take Paul Cook long to get him back in the team. There's your Swans team. Woodman, Guay, Cabango, Norton. Manning keeps his place over Bidwell, interestingly, although I think he had played well in the midweek game. So Manning and Roberts, Grimes and Fulton, Hurahan and Smith. 4 central midfielders in there. Interesting. So maybe Hurahan has got a bit of a free role here. Ayew is up top on his own. Looking at that, are you a bit worried about goal threat from a Swans point of view? No strikers in the team most of the season, and 4 basically central midfielders there. That's interesting. Although I'm a big fan of Steve Cooper, I'm sure he knows exactly why he's done that, and presumably not wanting to get outnumbered in the middle there against Warnock. But yeah, we'll see how that one pans out. Bettinelli in goal for Borough. Dykesdale and Boller, fullbacks. Hall and Fry, centre-backs. Morsey, McNair, Howson. Saville, I doubt he'll play front left, will he? Balassi and Watmore make up what we think might be the front 3, but we'll check that back after 25 minutes and see what the actual shape of that team is. Let's have a little look. Have I got the Ipswich score wrong? Oh dear, that's wishful thinking, isn't it? It's Gillingham 2, Ipswich 1. Apologies. Wrong way round. Let's have a look at the comments. Oh God, my eye. Oh, I'm soldiering on here. This is so hard. It's literally been streaming for days now. I might have to tie my hair up so literally nothing touches it, but we will keep going. Yeah, Manning was good. He keeps his place. What else have we got? Lewis, welcome, sir. Thomas, teams should have clauses in their players' contract. If they get relegated, they get a paid cut. I've heard many theories about this, but yes, not the best system now. Oh God, is it 3-1? Oh dear. We can write this one off today for Paul Cook and Ipswich. Let me just change that in the banners. Gillingham 3, Ipswich 1. I'm sure we'll get an update on Sky in just a second. Bad start for Paul Cook in his first game in full charge of Ipswich. Then again, we did think he'd picked up a little bit of a messy situation. Thank you, Owen. Oh my God, my eye. A $10 super chat, and I'm going to open a drink in honour of that. Goals for Hurahan and Lowe. Come on, you Swans. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I need something from the chemist. It's been days now. Have I got the goal scorer there for Gills? Verdane Oliver. I think he scored both the goals, actually. So, yeah, 2 for Oliver, who's having a great game for the Gills. Right, where was I going next, guys? We did Swan, so we did Borough, didn't we? Let's go to Reading in the Lucas Yao derby. They play Sheffield Wednesday today. And, yeah, just had the air at Reading that George Puskas just given them an extra option now, a little pep if it had got a bit staid and predictable for Reading in terms of, the same team just delivering week after week after week. So, Raphael in goal. Holmes, Moore, McIntyre and Richard. So, no Morrison now. Yidam's been moved forward. I wonder if that's a 3 at the back, actually. We'll find out what shape that actually is, but that could potentially be if Holmes tucked in, played right centre back, could be a 3 at the back. Not that we've seen Paunovic particularly do that yet, have we? Semedo and Laurent, well, they're inseparable, but I think Elise would be a bit wasted out on the left, wouldn't he? We'll find out. Reading fans, keep us in touch with that. Puskás and Lucas Zhao certainly, you think, would make sense to operate as a front two, but perhaps it might be Richards wing back, Yidam wing back, 3 at the back, Laurent Semedo double pivot with Elise as a number 10. For Wednesday, Wildsmith in goal, Palmer and Ergahid fullbacks, Lees and Burner, Harris again, that might be a 3 at the back. We'll read it as is and check as we go. Windass, Shaw, Hutchison, Bannon and Patterson. I mean, Windass could be up top, and it could be Harris and Ergahid wingbacks. Again, we don't know until they go out onto the pitch, do we? Let's have a look. Any comments here on that? Yeah, Alistair, I agree. Could be 3 at the back. Chris, there's nothing I can do about it. It's literally streaming the whole time. I'm trying not to rub it, but literally in pain the whole time. I'm just trying to dab it rather than rub it. But yes, very, very painful. Michael is lamenting here. First saw the Owls in 79. Today is the worst squad I've ever seen. Goodness me. I'm just going to cut away, Michael, because I'm going to see the third Gilliam goal against Ipswich, which looks like game over for Paul Cook today. And I don't know how that's happened. Oh, my God, this is going to be an absolute mess. What is going on? So Ipswich have got possession. They've cleared it. It's bounced back. It's a hell of a finish in the end. I don't know if Holly was not quite back in position, but it's a great finish by Oliver, who's had a lovely old time, hasn't he, in the last 10 minutes? He's on a hat-trick. And Ipswich losing today. Less said, guys. Let's move on. And we talk about Bournemouth, who are at Preston in the Ben Pearson derby. And rightly, Ben Pearson starts in midfield. Iverson in goal for Preston. Vandenberg, Story, Huntington and Cunningham. Brown and Whiteman are the double pivot. Sinclair, Johnson, Barkhazen, Evans up top. For Bournemouth, Begovic, Smith and Kelly, fullbacks, Cook and Carter Vickers, centre-backs, Lerma Pearson, the other Cook, central midfield, Stanislas, Solanke, Danjuma. I think that's what he wants to play, isn't it, Woodgate? He's not changing that very much, is he? I think that'll be the team they'll finish the season with. Let's move on. And Cardiff played last night. So let's talk some Barnsley, which is quite fun at the moment, isn't it? Because they're headed potentially with a win today for 7 straight wins. And there is the team. Collins in goal. Solbauer returns. I think Civic played last time, didn't he? Hellick, Anderson, Styles, Britton, Mowat, Palmer. So solid and stable, isn't it? Freeser and Woodrow. DK up top. Look out for the mega switch involving probably, let me tell you, Chaplin, Morris and Adebayo. Maybe all 3 of them on at once or something. Always good fun for Barnsley, isn't it? Birmingham, Etheridge in goal. Dean and Roberts. Roberts, of course, former Barnsley player. Pedersen, Valerie gets a start. Sunjic, Harper, Gardner, Central. No, Lukas Jukovic is not playing on the left wing, so for score. Friend, he's not playing on the right wing either. So that formation is an absolute mess. Blues are probably playing 3 at the back, aren't they? With maybe Friend as a wing back or Pedersen as a wing back. One of those will be playing centre back. Hogan and Jukovic will be a front 2, and it'll be a midfield 3, won't it? What a mess. But I'm sure that'll figure itself out. Barnsley players are just downing their pre-match Red Bull, their Red Bull pre-match meal, hey? I would have thought they would have hated Red Bull after Struber's defection. But hey, Ishmael's doing a fine old job without him. Right, let me be really careful with my eye. My apologies if I look like an absolute wreck. It's been like this for days now. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Vodka eye shots. Looks like I've done several, doesn't it? Deary me. Friend will be wing back, says David. Oof. Ouch. Right. Let's move on. And Borough we've done. Millwall, who if they were to win, say 3 of the next 4, could make a late playoff challenge, but the odds are against it. There's the teams. Bart in goal, Evans, Hutchison, Cooper, Romeo and Thunderboots Scott Malone. Looking for the Ballon d'Or Scott Malone with his goals highlight reel at the moment. Woods and Mitchell again in central midfield. Wallace and Bennett with Bodvarsson up top. Blackburn, Kaminsky in goal. Douglas in now. Harwood, Bellis and Lenihan. Rankin Costello is the right back. Buckley, Tribal, Dak. Dolan, Gallagher, Brereton. No Armstrong, no Elliott. Let me look at the bench. I find this lineup confusing. Where's Adam Armstrong? I don't know. Anyone tell me? Harvey Elliott on the bench. He really is looking like he's trying lots and lots of different things every single game now, Mowbray. Not good. Let's see how they go today. Injured, says Dylan. I assume he means Armstrong. Thank you. Right. Let's move on. Bristol City. QPR. Let's have a look at this one. We're about 10 minutes away from our 3 p.m. kickoffs. Bristol City looking to bounce back from losing at home in the midweek to Cameron Carter-Vickers and his backside with that weird goal at the end for Bournemouth. Bristol City in goal. Bentley, rare mistake from him. He's been very good this season, hasn't he? Mariappa and Callas, centre-backs. It's just weird the amount of injuries they've had, Bristol City, isn't it? Hunt, Sessignon, Viner sitting. He's played everywhere, hasn't he? Backinson and Narge with Palmer and Wells wide and Jeju up top. That doesn't look unrealistic, I have to say. 7 minutes added time just been announced at Gillingham. Is that time enough for 2 goals or just no goals? Dieng in goal for Rangers. Dickie DeVries starts. Interesting. And Barbe. Wallace and Kane. Johansson and Field gets a start. It's normally Bull, isn't it? Chair and Willock off Austin. So no Dykes in there, no Bon in there up top. Mowbray is a dead man walking, says Alistair. I hope not, but I'd struggle to present a decent argument against you, Alistair, I have to say. Fancy Borough today. Need to press early, says Stephen. Millwall unchanged. Armstrong injured. Good to see Rankin Costello back after a hamstring injury. Callas and Mariappa have been solid. Yeah, impressive. Such a good player, Callas, isn't he? Kind of carried that defence, hasn't he, this season? Blackburn have underachieved. It's looking that way. It gives me no joy to say that, but it is looking that way. What channel is Sheffield United Southampton on? Is that on Sky? I'll put that up on the iPad up top. There it is. Sky Sports HD. Just before that one kicks off. We'll have a look at the teams as well. I think I've done all of them. Have I done all of them? No, Coventry and Derby, I know I haven't done. Have we done Preston? Yeah, we have Blackburn, Forest, QPR. Right, yeah, Derby and Coventry. So we thought Wayne Rooney might have been leaving some people out ready to go for this game. Let's see how he does today. Coventry versus Derby. Wilson in goal for Cov. Ostigard, McFadzean and Hyam. McCallum and Darbo. James, Kelly and Harmer. O'Hare off Biamu. So they were playing two up top the last few games, Cov, weren't they? Just dropping another central midfielder in there against Derby today. Roos in goal for Derby. Wisdom and Buchanan fullbacks. No, Byrne will be a fullback and Wisdom will be a centre-back with Clark. And then, I guess, Bird and Shinnie double pivot. Knight probably is like a number 8. And then I'd imagine it will be Roberts one side, Waghorn the other, with Kazim Richards down the middle. And we'll look forward to that one with interest. Bull has been inconsistent. Fields played very well. See if he can keep the shirt now, QPR forever. Unconvincing and disjointed performance by the Hornets with all the enforced changes. Maybe last man standing who gets that second spot. Often is, isn't it? Yeah, doesn't look like there's going to be any kind of title race. So, yes. Let's just quickly have a look at that Premier League action that we're going to have on as part of our super stream. And then we're going to play first goal. But don't get your votes in yet. Excuse me, really struggling with my eye. Oh, and you literally can't touch it. So painful. There's your Sheffield United and Southampton teams. Sheffield United, a few wins on the trot, could get somewhere close, but looking potentially doomed. And they've got those centre-backs, for goodness sake. Ramsdale, Ampadu, Brian, Stevens to play centre-back, with Bogle, the right-back at left wing-back, and Baldock the other side. No Basham, Egan, or O'Connell, or Jagielka, who got red carded. Norwood, Fleck, and Lundstrom in the central midfield, with Brewster and McGoldrick. Great goal by Dave McGoldrick the other night. Southampton, Forster in goal. Walker-Peters, Bednarek, Vestergaard, and Bertrand. Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, Diallo, and Teller. Minamino and Ings up top. They are your teams. Right, let's figure out where we think the first goal is going to come today. So let me give you your games. Just tell me the stadium or the ground or the home team, whichever way you want to word it. It could be at Sheffield United. It could be at Barnsley. It could be at Bristol City. It could be at Coventry. It could be at Millwall, Norwich, Preston, Reading, Stoke, or Swansea. Where do you think the first goal will be occurring in the 3 p.m. kickoffs today that start in 5 minutes' time? 2:55 here on the Super Stream. Let me know. Where is the first goal going to come? Sheffield United, they play Southampton. Barnsley against Birmingham. Bristol City against QPR. Coventry against Derby. Millwall, Blackburn, Norwich, Luton, Preston, Bournemouth, Reading, Wednesday, Stoke, Wickham, Swansea, Borough. Where is the first goal in the 3 p.m. kickoffs going to occur? Let's have a look. What are we saying? Yeah, I'm not. I appreciate anyone saying I'm not touching my eye. I'm just dabbing the tears here. I do appreciate your concern, but otherwise, I'm literally just in absolute agony with salt water streaming through my right eye. So I'm just dabbing the skin. But thank you all for your concern. Right, where's the first goal gonna be? Reading, Oakwell, Ashton Gate, Oakwell, Carrow Road, Ashton Gate, Oakwell, Deepdale, Reading, Ashton Gate. Remember who you voted for about 5 minutes' time when the first goal's gone in. Austin, Coventry, Barnsley, Norwich, Bristol City, Bournemouth, Reading, Derby, Millwall, and Reading. There are our bets for the first goal. We are about to start the Saturday Super Stream. Well, the real fun part of it, if my eye stops hurting. 3 p.m.s. Sky have just gone to their last ad break, and it's 2:57. All ready to go. I've turned over the pad. I've turned over a new leaf. Literally. Afternoon. Noel. We've got Sheffield United and Southampton on the iPad. No Ipswich. They're already done. Literally today. They've lost 3-1 at Gillingham. And we've got Soccer Saturday Gillette on here. So we'll be reacting to all of the goals as they go in. A couple of quick plugs. Thank you as ever to David, who is our sponsor of the Super Streams. He'll be a happy Watford fan today. Fan of the channel, happy to support great content. Thanks so much, David. In the same way, you can go and support over on Patreon. www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom as the Sheffield United players come out. You can support during the show. You can't be the king of the bin. That's already Owen. Thank you to him so much for the super chat. But feel free to super chat at any point during the show. And of course, on YouTube, hit the thumbs up if you're here. Ring the bell, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And we are nearly there, ready for the Saturday Super Stream. We have got 10 championship games going, 1 in the Premier League. As I say, no Ipswich, they've already played. So 11 games for us to keep tabs on. Keep me updated on other games as well. I'm sure we'll get a lull of goals in our actual Saturday games. I guaranteed goals yesterday. Of course, we've already had 4 at Gillingham and 1 at Watford. So the goals are flowing already at a rate of 2.5 per game, indeed. And I think we're just about kicking off around the country as we await our first goals. Wednesday lose and Coventry win. That's us 100% gone. Wouldn't virtually require us winning every game and the rest losing. Yeah, it does. That Rotherham defeat did seem to be pretty key, didn't it? For Wednesday in the week. Underway, Ashton Gate says Ania. Bristol City against QPR. Feeling nervous, says Liam. Enjoy it, eh? Enjoy it. As we await the first goal. Remember who you voted for first goal in the Super Stream. Hopefully we get one within the first couple of minutes. Nick, afternoon, Ben. Come on, you Hatters. Going for the double underway at Oakwell. It is all go, go, go. Let's have a look at the state of the championship table as we go into this one. Obviously, things have changed with 2 games already played, and we know that Brentford and Rotherham aren't going anywhere upwards today, unless we get a particular freak goal difference event. So Norwich could go back 10 points clear, move on to 76 as they close in on a potential promotion and title. Watford are in second, so Swansea can close up to within a point. They can end the day on 65. You can see they've been credited with a point, being their game has kicked off. Reading and Bournemouth are trying to keep Barnsley at bay, which has been hard work recently, with Barnsley winning 6 on the bounce. Cardiff only drew last night. I mean, they're in good form, but they did not manage to get the 3 points yesterday. Borough, Millwall, potential late charges, and then we're kind of more headed towards down at the bottom where, as we've said, Wickham and Wednesday are getting towards the point of no return unless we see a big run of results for them. Hoping for a new manager bounce part 2. Of course you are. Do you want me to watch Blades or so? You watch what you like, Annie, and you keep us updated, my friend. Whatever you'd enjoy most. Look at that. That's what happens if I don't touch my literally crying, streaming, my poor eye. Deary me. Alistair, looks like 4 at the back. McIntyre in the midfield with Semedo. Paunovic is throwing us with his team selection. In the Reading game against Sheffield Wednesday. I'm sure Darren Moore will have had his homework done for Wednesday and would have known all the options. No goals so far. We've normally had one fly in the first 2 minutes, haven't we? Come on, Preston, says George. Come on, Barnsley, says Tyke Lad. Come on, Cherries, says Zach. Good luck to all you fans of teams playing. Being my team's already lost, I'll give up on such activities. Sky have gone to Reading. I know there'd been a stoppage there, Sam Hutchison in a 50-50. I don't know whether we're going to see that on the coverage. So first goal in any of the championship games has not occurred. Weymouth have scored against Stockport, but that's not particularly one of our games. Luton look up for it, says Chris. High energy, don't they always? Come on, Blues and Northampton, says Jack. Come on, Southampton, says Owen, with his baggies hat on. Owen will be doing Newcastle West Brom tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Norwich look dangerous, says Locke. Yes. Come on, Rotherham. That can be in kind for next time they do play. Hey. All 0-0s so far in the Super Stream as we await our first goal in any of these games. Dan is watching Preston. I can feel a Preston win. Preston usually beat Bournemouth. Brucey under big time pressure, poor guy, isn't he? Just whole world against him this week. It seems Brucey at Newcastle. Changing room moles, journalists S-housing him. Dearie me. They've just gone to Glasgow Rangers. Now, I believe there are many fans outside Glasgow Rangers. I won't comment on that, but are they closing in on a Scottish title? I wouldn't even know, for goodness sakes. Already covered too many leagues. Collins has an effort just wide of the target, says the Luton Town Twitter. Thank God Hutchison got up, says Alex. That was a long old hold, that one, wasn't it? Lemon says, we're going to lose 3-0 today to Barnsley. Not confident by the sound of it. You did say you could guarantee goals. What do you mean no goals so far, Joseph? 4 in the Ipswich game, 1 in the Watford game. That sounds like 5 to me. Buendia made a bad pass. I'm sure he'll make many more good ones today. Someone predicted all 0-0 yesterday. God, you would make a fortune, wouldn't it? Matt Ritchie, yeah, he was the one that called out Brucey, didn't he? Clever build-up play between Smith and Brown in the Stoke game, forcing a chance there. And Deion Sanderson, not Deion Sanders. Who was he? American football player, has scored for Sunderland. I saw a guy in the supermarket yesterday wearing a Sunderland face mask. And I walked past him with my trolley and I said, Sunderland. And he kind of turned around and looked at me with his Mackham accent and said, oh, I for my sins. And we bonded. I told him I was an Ipswich fan over both supporting big clubs that were in League One. Tremendous. Here is the Sunderland goal. Sanderson heading home the set play on the back post for Streaky Lee and his Sunderland boys there in League One. Have a look at the League One table, actually. Although it's going to infuriate me after Ipswich have lost. Sunderland, you can see, are in 4th position. It's telling me that Doncaster are winning as well, and they indeed are. Barring in, near post header from Tom Anderson. Remember, Darren Moore leaving his job at Doncaster to go to Sheffield Wednesday. And it looks like, they won the first game without him. Looks like they're on the way to a second victory. Doncaster 60, 58, 57, 55. Nice. Looking good for Sunderland and Doncaster, who both lead early on today. Let's get it back to the Championship. Sears got 2 assists today, at least. They were assists for Gillingham. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Andrew, does it? Luton should have scored. Yeah, we always hear this at Norwich. Oh, the other team had a chance. Boom. Norwich are 3-0 up within 5 minutes later. Maybe we're going to get to see the chance here. They've gone to Tim Sherwood on Soccer Saturday. Oh, God, yeah, you're right. How has he missed that? Colin sliding in at the back post. Ince drives it across the box. How has he not scored that? It's just fated, isn't it, for Norwich this season that they are winning this division by a mile. Good player. Annie, get in the bin. Go on. See you in 5 minutes, Annie. Actually, I need to press the button, don't I? Oh, I think I just missed a Preston chance at that point against Bournemouth. Good player, Sanderson. Wednesday were interested in him. And it looks like Reading have gone back to their original system. Bad news for Ipswich. All of these results, and finally we have. And we got. You wait 11 minutes and 2 goals come at once. We got 2 goals in the Championship. We can start the fun at last. It is an opening goal for QPR at Bristol City, and I think I spied a goal in the Coventry Derby game as well. It's Bristol City 0, QPR 1. Crossed in from the right-hand side. Lovely cross. Nodded into the back of the net by Ilias Chair. All 5'6" of him, arriving beautifully to head that one in. Chair, the first goal in any of our games. And it's also Coventry 1, Derby 0. Both of those goals coming in the 11th minute. Biamu has scored for Coventry. Who got it right? Liam got it right. Alistair got it right. There we go. Off by a minute, Owen. And we're about to see the Coventry goal. Scored by Max Biamu. So Burns got it for Derby. They're going to give it away. Bounces off O'Hare. That's a good goal by Biamu. He just drives from in between the centre-backs through and sticks it home with the right foot. Unbelievable. Let's update the banner. We got 2 goals in the space of a minute. And, of course, with Luton having missed a load of chances, Norwich take the lead on 12 minutes. As I say, fated, written as Norwich heading for a 7th straight victory. They've scored after 12 minutes. I'm just updating. So Cantwell into the channel. Plays it inside to Pookie. Great finish by Pookie on the right foot. Luton could and should have taken the lead. Looked by Collins, but it's a good goal by Norwich. Cantwell making a big impact there. And Pookie's got his shooting boots on today. He didn't have them on the other night, did he, in the watch-along? But lovely goal by Pookie into the top corner on 12 minutes. So we have 3 goals in the Championship, 2 in the 11th minute, and 2 in the 12th minute. 1 in the 12th minute, excuse me. Norwich lead against Luton. Pookie, the goal scorer there with the right foot. Let's have a look at the table and see what that does. So Norwich's procession goes on. They're looking towards 76 points, 23 wins, which in a normal 46-game season, or once having played 46 games, is half your games. 23 wins already potentially for Norwich and 76 points. Can they get the magic 100? I wonder. The other teams taking the lead were Coventry. That goal is heading them towards 38 points. And who else took the lead? QPR at Bristol City. They've only got 1 point from the last 3. So that goal potentially taking them on to 43 points. Have I got the ticker all updated? I think we're good. Little splurge of goals, none for 10 minutes. And all they go in at once. Of course they do, don't they? Get the eye checked out. Rinsing it with Pepsi Max. Do you know, it's been 3 days now, so it had been better, but yeah, when it goes, it goes. Anything else in the chat here? Reading very fluid today, 433. Ticker should all be up and running down the bottom. Finish from Pookie. Lovely finish, wasn't it? Brian, Norwich against the run of play. We're doing okay. Yeah, there is no run of play against Norwich. They just score when they want, don't they? Come on, Annie. Calm down. Calm down. Read the room. Wednesday hit the bar. Goodness me. Anyone watching Swans and Borough? Let me know how that one is going. You've got to admit it, Norwich are the best team in this league by far. If you've watched much of my content, you'll have heard me admit that many, many times. And one wouldn't need to be far out of nappies or in primary school to look at the table and realise that. So, yeah, I'm obviously more than happy to admit that. It's blindingly obvious. Slightly Borough on top, says David. Scrappy game. Well, I'm back and we've got to... This is the thing, Annie. They didn't have you to defend them in the fake news sin bin, did they? You see? So if you're good and you don't mention my hair, you wouldn't have conceded. Like they're linked. But welcome back, Annie. And go and subscribe to Annie's channel, which you feel free to plug in the chat. Chris Kamara at Barnsley. Anything happened, Cammy? He wouldn't know. Birmingham free kick. Clipped in from the right. Ooh, was that Pedersen? No, Dean. Probably should have scored there. Real close range header for Harley Dean. Unbelievable, Jeff. Ben's paid QPR to punish Annie. There you go. AKR really rooting for Norwich. They've taken care of Skippy the bush kangaroo. Oliver Skip, who invented the skip. We've gone to the den. And Bianca Westwood. Harley 50p head Dean. Yeah, it had that. Oh, and Blackburn have literally taken the lead whilst Bianca Westwood is there. Ouch. Has she missed the goal? They had her talking down the camera. Blackburn have taken the lead at Millwall. Let's see if Sky can get the goal on for us. Looks like Dak, edge of the box, makes space. Oh, deflection. Looks like Bialkowski was getting that. And it deflects sort of towards the centre of the goal. Dak will get the goal, but big deflection on that one. And Blackburn have the lead. Millwall 0, Blackburn 1. See if I can put it in the right place on the ticker. There we go. So, in our games today, it's Sheffield United 0, Southampton 0. Watford beat Forest earlier. It's Barnsley 0, Birmingham 0, although it looked like Dean should have scored a header for Birmingham. Bristol City 0, Rangers 1, Chair. Coventry 1, Derby 0, Biamo. Millwall 0, Blackburn 1. Dak on 18. Norwich 1, Luton 0. Pookie on 12. Preston 0, Bournemouth 0. Reading 0, Wednesday 0. Stoke 0, Wickham 0. Swans 0. Borough 0. And in a 1 o'clock kickoff, it was Gillingham 3, Ipswich Town 1. So our most recent goal, Dak giving Blackburn the lead over at Millwall. Let's have a look at some more comments. What do we got? Chair is 5'2". No, he's not. Is he really that small? Unbelievable. Lewis. It's so sad being a Borough fan because no matter what happens in any game, we won't move. Oh, no. Enjoy it, Lewis. You got Warnock anyway. Got a new phone today. You look so strange in full. Strange? I've got a dodgy eye today. We've had a dodgy eye for forever. Deary me. KG start, Swansborough, says Steve. Rangers 2 up in Scotland. What would you do if Shaylee cut your hair in my sleep? It wouldn't happen. I'm a light sleeper. She wouldn't get near. I've got like the reflexes of a cat, especially when I'm sleeping. Don't mess with my sleep. Wow. Bristol City 0, QPR 2 on 22 minutes. Bristol City 0, QPR 2. Rangers have found their way 2-0 up. We will hear about that goal in a second. Nigel Pearson came from behind in the game against Swansea. Didn't come from 2 down, did he? He's going to have to come from 2 down if they're going to get anything today. It's 2-0 to Rangers. Bristol City 0, QPR 2. We will find out about the goal in just a second. Here we go. Here is Michelle Owen. Bob Dickey, I think, is the goal scorer. You'd think it's a set play, centre-half scoring. Corner taken short. In it goes. Dickey on the follow-up. I think Barbet had the initial shot with the left foot, hit the post, and Dickey puts the follow-up in. It's Bristol City 0, QPR 2. Woof. And here, I look forward to your reaction afterwards. Check out Annie's reaction video. I'm sure it'll be fuming at this start. Oh dear, says Liam. My apologies, Bristol City friends. Rangers are 2 up. Afternoon, Mr. Bloom. Your beverage can matches your lovely shirt. There we go. Although, obviously, as I do with whatever I wear, I get accused of being a Hull fan when I wear this shirt. A Hull City Tiger. Ben's definitely paid QPR. I can't afford to pay Championship footballers. Pearson's making a sub. Really? After 25 minutes? Unbelievable. Rob, still waiting for Blues to gel. Might be a long wait. Hope I'm wrong. One day I'll have a stress-free watch. That's not how it works. It just doesn't work like that, Robert. You're never going to have a stress-free watch. Semenyo coming in for Backinson already. Wow. Poor old Backinson. I assume Pearson will give him a little pep talk afterwards and say, look, it's not you, it's me. Heard any new Kings of Leon tracks? No, I haven't, Noel. Feel free to send me a link, DM me a link. I'd like to. Lovely goal in the Northampton game. Oh, that's against Pompey as well. Now, if only Ipswich had won their game against Gillingham, that would be a good result, wouldn't it? Northampton are 2-0 up against Pompey. Lads, here's how to get a win-win. Place a bet on your team to draw and lose because you'll either get money or 3 points. There you go. Although if your team was good, you'd run out of money pretty soon, wouldn't you? That's one of my hackers finished at Bristol City to win. Well, it's a long way to go. Chance for the Rams. Roberts picks up on a mistake. Strikes at goal and doesn't quite convert. And a Southampton chance up on the screen there for Teller. Our goals so far in this one. Earlier today, Watford 1, Forest 0. Watford moving on into second place. Barnsley 0, Birmingham 0. Big chance for Dean, though, from set play. Bristol City 0, QPR 2. Chair with a header, and then Dickey following up from a corner. Coventry 1, Derby 0. Biamu driving through the centre backs and finishing for Coventry. Millwall 0, Blackburn 1. Dak on the edge of the box, bit of a deflection, and in that one goes. Norwich 1, Luton 0. Pookie from Cantwell's assist. Pookie fires into the top corner. Preston 0, Bournemouth 0, Reading 0, Wednesday 0, Stoke 0, Wickham 0, Swans 0, Middlesbrough 0, and in the 1 o'clock, Gillingham 3, Ipswich 1. We are 27 minutes in to our Super Stream games. Let's have a look at the comments. How does Kenny Jackett still have... Is he... I thought he was on leave at the moment, Joseph, Kenny Jackett. Not been well, has he? If Wednesday go down, at least I want us playing Northampton and Ipswich. It's on the cards now, Jim. On the cards, my friend. This ref at Norwich is having another shocker. It says yellow T-shirt gaming. Should be 1-0 Borough, says Lewis. JR, I'm not surprised. Pompey in deep trouble at the moment. Jackett doesn't seem to have a clue. 2 crossing positions and 2 goals in the Bristol City game. Got to defend better than that, and here, haven't they? Especially if you're right and Chair's 5'2" and he's scoring headers from one of those crossing positions. Saw Lambert is being interviewed by Celtic. Unbelievable. The guy's a good talker. Borough just went really close with a chance, says David. Barnsley poor so far, can't get into the game. Birmingham had all of it so far, says Harry. Jackett is back. Guess who's back? Back again. Kenny Jackett's back. Tell a friend. And yeah, Nigel Pearson making a substitution within the first sort of 25, 30 minutes at 2-0 down in the Bristol City game. Horrible start there. Let's have a look at the live league table in the absence of goals for a few minutes. Norwich moving on up. It's going to be 10 points clear again. Blackburn are winning and QPR are winning. They're in 15th and 16th, moving up to 43. Coventry, though, could be a big win over Derby because they're going to go level on points if all stays the same in that one. Coventry and Derby going to be level 19th and 20th on 38 points. Where is the next goal coming from? Sheffield Wednesday are down to 10 men. Oof. Let's have a look. Hopefully, we're going to see it in a minute. Julian Burner has been red carded. Oh, there's a penalty as well. Oh, no. This is bad news for Sheffield Wednesday. Big advantage, you think, now for Reading. Reading have scored from the spot. Wednesday down to 10 men. Eek. Wednesday done. Are they coming back today? Michael Elise has scored the pen. And Julian Burner has been red carded. That is an awful minute for Sheffield Wednesday. And it feels like only a couple of weeks ago since, well, every week I say this is bad for Sheffield Wednesday. Let's see. Are they going there next on Sky? Yes, they are. Elise has scored for the Royals. Let's have a look at this. Puskás going through. Oh, dear. And it's so silly because, under these new rules, it's a penalty, it's a red card. Under these new rules that if you pull or push in the penalty box, you get red carded. And if you slide in, and take the guy down. You don't. You get a yellow card if there's a deliberate attempt to play the ball. I just don't understand why people are, if you're going to pull the guy, may as well slide in. I don't get it, but I'm sure as those laws become more ingrained in the fabric of the game, that will be coached. It'll be, look, slide in. Make a slide tackle, for goodness sake. Try and play the ball. There's, far less risk. But don't pull the guy and get red carded. You're stitching your team up good and proper there. If I put it the wrong way around, I'll give him Wednesday the goal. There you go. I'll change that down the bottom there. Standard behaviour from me. But yes, bad news. Bad business. Bad business for Sheffield Wednesday. Down at the bottom there, 28 points from 34 as things stand. Remember, Coventry are winning as well, who is kind of a rival. For Reading, though, good news, because it would be a third straight victory, and they're heavy favourites now against 10 at home to Wednesday. Going to be moving on to 60 points with 11 to go. Looking like a real potentially viable playoff total for Reading. Let's have a look at your comments. Wednesday looked doomed, says James. Darren Moore has a tough job on his hand. Doesn't he just? What minute was that goal, by the way, for Reading? I didn't make a note of it. Too busy lamenting players pulling back other players in the box. 1-0 Reading. Elise from the pen. Burner is absolutely useless. Doesn't surprise me he's been sent off. Sheffield United 0. Southampton 1. And that one looks like it's going to be from the penalty spot as well. Smashed home by James Ward-Prowse. Looks like Ampadu had the penalty given against him. So bad news for our dearly departed. Sheffield United are losing 1-0 at home to Southampton. Ward-Prowse. It's Ward-Prowse with the goal. AC 2-2. Wednesday are done. Only question is if they finish above Wickham or not. Hardly any contact, but who cares? Send them all off for me. Yeah. Northampton are 3-0 up against Pompey. Another set play goal there. Portsmouth all over the place. Goodness me. Mr. Bloom, where can I listen to your music? I think there's still some of it on YouTube. I don't think there's any on Spotify anymore, but yeah, you can still find it. Wednesday are 100% down. Well, they're down to 10 men and they're behind against Reading today. We have taken Bannon off. Goodness me. No, Mr. Moore. Just no. Oof. Bannon off, Penny on. Interesting. Some weird substitutions today already. I think the Bristol City guys were saying that there'd already been a double substitute. I suppose you've got 5 substitutions now, so you're hardly wasting them. You've still got 3 left, haven't you? But already made 2 subs, no injuries. Clearly, Nigel Pearson is not happy. Oh, my goodness. Ipswich's playoff push, if it exists, is being dealt a fatal blow here. Sunderland have just scored again. and Hull have also scored. All of the rivals. Gavin White on the volley there for Hull. Charlie White, a super stream staple. Charlie White scores to put Sunderland 2-0 up against Rochdale as well. Bristol City player down for 5 minutes, probably doing the concussion protocol. They made 2 subs already as well, haven't they? Let us know who's down. Hopefully he's okay, obviously. There's Wyke slamming in the goal, and a big goal in the playoff race. Preston 0, Bournemouth 1. Preston 0, Bournemouth 1 has just gone in minute number 37. Good news for the Bournemouth playoff chase. I think they're like Reading. They're potentially in for 3 in a row, aren't they? Solanke squares it across. Hit home by Danjuma with the right foot. And it's Preston 0, Bournemouth 1. We will check the league table in just a second. But both Reading and Bournemouth are now leading. Danjuma, the goal scorer. Elise for Reading as well. Reading are playing against 10 men now. Unbelievable. 3rd change for Bristol City. What does that say? Pearson for Viner. Does that say that? Or does it say Patterson? It says Pearson. Goodness me. But 3 subs in 37 minutes for Bristol City today. It's a clash of heads, isn't it? Ouch. Not good. Not good at all. I think it's Sam Field for QPR. Obviously, Viner for Bristol City. But yeah, hopefully he's okay. But yes, in terms of the playoff picture, there are Bournemouth in 6th position with the lead and 58 points. Looking like they're headed for if everything stays the same today. Let's have a look at your comments. No, I don't have conjunctivitis. I scratched it on Wednesday. So painful, though. Makes me feel sick walking off so groggy. Viner, yeah, not good. Not good. Paddy. Sorry I'm late. Decided to header a door in my face. Got 4 stitches in my forehead. Ouch. Hope you're okay. Field. Clash of heads. He's okay, George. It was Viner that I think Viner got it possibly in the back of the head. Ouch. Windass just smashed the ball into Patterson's balls from a free kick for Wednesday. Al's a curse. Scratching your eye on Wednesday transferred the curse to my eye. Looks like they're still fairly cursed today, Lockyear, doesn't it? Down to 10 and a goal down and a penalty and all of that horrible stuff. Not good. This is the Saturday Super Stream, everybody. Coming up to half time, and a big goal has just gone in. Swansea 1. Middlesbrough 0 on 40 minutes at the top of the table. And it's bad news for Brentford, isn't it? But the wins keep on coming at the top of the table. And Swansea have the lead against Borough on 40 minutes. It's going to knock Brentford down to 4th place, isn't it? We'll go to the live league table, but we're going to see the goal. We've gone to Ali McCoist. Andre Ayew is the scorer. Roberts heads it in. Oh, 2 Borough players getting each other's way. Bit of a jammy deflection. Warnock will be furious with that goal. 2 Borough players go to head the same ball, and then they're chasing their tail. Close down. Ayew deflects and then flies in the corner. Wrong foot's the keeper, but puts him in a undesirable position for sure, doesn't it? And it's 1-0 to the Swans. Let's have a look at the live league table, as I love to. And there you go. Swansea into 3rd position. 65 points the Swans are headed for. Watford on 66, Brentford on 63, but they will have a game in hand, obviously, after today on Watford, but not on Swansea. Swansea will go on to 65 points. Interesting. Getting very interested in that race. 2nd, 3rd and 4th between Watford and Swansea and Brentford. Ayew. There he is. Boom. The second 2 subs were due to injury. The first one was tactical. 3 subs in 37 minutes for Nigel Pearson. David says, an awful goal to give away. We had a chance to clear and we did not. Warnock is not going to be happy with that one in the Swansea Borough game. And Swansea have the lead through Andre Ayew. As we close in on halftime, it is 3:43 in the Saturday Super Stream. Alex on Wednesday, I hope we keep more and back him as much as we shouldn't be in League One. I'd welcome a good pop at the title just to see fans. Yeah, that was what I hoped with Ipswich, but we were incompetent. So I hope you can be more competent than Lambert and Ipswich were in League One. Wednesday had Liam Shaw sent off on 30 minutes in a return fixture. Borner on 29 this time. No good. Tell you something that is good. Norwich got 2-0 up. So Norwich go 2 up against Luton before half-time. Pookie, again, he's in really good form today. 2 goals for Pookie. He's on the hat-trick here. And Norwich are, well, home and hosed in more ways than one in this game and probably in the division generally. It's 2-0 to Norwich. Norwich 2, Luton 0. We will await and see the goal, but Norwich are 2-0 up. Thanks, George. No passion, no fight left in the team. I might start drinking. I'm going to have to join you soon, Nat, if my eye doesn't sort itself out. For goodness sake. MK Dons hit the bar, Liam. And Northampton really 4-0 up against Pompey. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Is that a penalty in the Sheffield United game? No. Jaden Bogle went down. Contrary to popular belief, not every thing in the penalty box is a penalty. Yeah, 4-0 Northampton. Sam Hoskins, 4-0 at half-time. Ouch. Seen a couple of those goals and they've just been from set plays as well. So I think maybe a confidence issue at Pompey. Get the ticker back up. I don't know why it had gone away. Right, can we see this next Norwich goal then? Sky Sports. That would be nice. Let me know when your game goes half time. Close now. Here comes the Norwich goal. Cantwell runs loose. Buendia's shot is deflected and Pookie forces it in at the far post. Right place, right time. Just sniffs that one out. Pookie. And how many goals does he have this season? 2 today for Pookie. I think puts him on to 20 goals. And it's going to put him into second place behind Ivan Toney as the league's top scorer. 2 for Pookie today. Oh. Well, I thought that was a great goal by Northampton. I thought the keeper's way out off his line and it's lobbed in from the right-hand side. I think one of the Northampton players sticks it over the line from pretty much on the goal line. I think it would have gone in anyway, wouldn't it? But he had to make sure, didn't he? Else the defender could hook it away. But Pookie brace, he's on for the hat-trick. Scores should all be along the ticker, assuming I've done my job properly. No disrespect to Luton, but like a Lotus Elise visa Vauxhall Astra. If it was Luton, wouldn't it be a Bedford Rascal? It'd be a van, wouldn't it? That Wednesday free kick is one of the most... What happened, Jim? Oh, the one into someone else's, nether regions. Nice. Noah says, this is the best half of football I've seen QPR play this season. Good news. Awful game at Barnsley, says Eli. Both teams very poor. Hope our subs will change the game. I wonder if it's the Triple Crown. The bang, bang, bang. We want jacket out. Say we want jacket out, says Joseph. Looks like it's on days like this do managers get fired. So, Liam, I'll give my halftime report. MK Don's poor. 2 subs made. What's the score, Liam? What's the score? Don't know the score. Pookie almost got the hat trick. Cheeky flip. Cheeky flick. Tipped over. I can't talk. Norwich will probably get a penalty for Pookie to get his hat-trick. It's coming. Half-time at Reading, half-time at Deepdale. The free kick is on Twitter. I look forward to this. Oh, thank you, Liam. 1-0. The MK Dons are trailing at Wigan. Now, are we at half-time in all of our games? Seemingly at most of them we are. So we can probably, looks like Swansea is still going and Stoke are still going. Well, we haven't particularly heard a lot, have we? But let's go through everything anyway. And our halftime scores are Sheffield United 0, Southampton 1. Ward Prowse with a penalty for Southampton. 12:30, it was Watford 1, Forest 0. Massina with the goal. It's Barnsley 0, Birmingham 0, half-time. Brentford Rotherham postponed. Rotherham COVID issues there. Bristol City 0, QPR 2. It's all gone wrong for Bristol City in the first half. They've had to make 3 substitutions as well. Chair scored the first goal from a header. And Dickey, the second, following up from a short set play. Coventry 1, Derby 0, Biamo with the goal. Millwall 0, Blackburn 1. Dak from the edge of the box. A little deflection on that one. Just wrong footing Bielkowski. Norwich 2. Luton 0. Pookie with both goals. Slams the first one in the top corner. Nice finish, that one. Second one, he's just sniffed it out at the far post for 2-0 just before half-time. Preston 0. Bournemouth 1. Dan Juma with the opener in that one. It's Reading 1, Wednesday 0. Burner red-carded for hands-on in the box. Elise puts the penalty in. Stoke 0. Wickham 0. Swansea 1. Borough 0. Bit of a poor attempt to clear a cross ball into the box from Borough. Two players getting in each other's way. Ayew sticks it in. Gillingham 3. Ipswich 1 earlier in the day. Keep your comments coming in. I'm going to pop some pills, not those sort, have a comfort break and throw some water into my eye, all in the space of 2 minutes. I will return in 2 minutes' time. Keep your questions coming in as we get towards the second half of the Super Stream. Don't go anywhere, and I will return imminently. Over and out. Welcome back, everybody, to the Saturday Super Stream. Those are your scores ticking along the bottom. Let's have a look at the live league table and see what all those scores mean. In the Championship, Norwich are leading 2-0 and going back 10 points clear under 76 points. Woof. Swansea are leading as well and moving above Brentford and to within 1 point of Watford. They were 2 games short of Brentford, weren't they? And this COVID postponement is going to change the running just a little bit, isn't it? This one game now, and just changes the dynamics slightly going forward. Reading and Bournemouth are both set for a third straight victory. Barnsley currently a level with Birmingham, so they're going to lose ground, and I believe the game in hand is in mid-week for Barnsley. For Borough, they're behind. Millwall behind. Stoke level with Wycombe, Bristol City behind, Luton behind. Blackburn and QPR both leading, both in need of wins, in winless runs of differing lengths, let's just say. For Derby, they are behind, and Coventry will go level on points with them on 38, down toward the bottom of the table. Birmingham are level. Rotherham are not playing, and you start to get in a situation where Rotherham have got 3 games in hand on people. Obviously, they're operating at a point per game, Rotherham, so there's no guarantees they're going to get any more than 3 points across those 3 games, but could make for an interesting sort of dash for Rotherham at the end of the season. Sheffield Wednesday are coming up now, 34. I mean, this is round 35, isn't it? Played. Sorry, it's their 34th game, of course, isn't it? 28 points, red card, 1-0 down, sticking a fork in them. Are they done? There we go. Jim, thank you very, very much. A £3 super chat. Back the bloom, even from League One. There you go. Right, let's scroll up, have a look at some comments. Where do we start? Let's start with John. What a game of football I'm watching today. When did Barnsley become a Big Sam hoofball team? That'll go down well with the Barnsley fans, won't it? David, I've never seen a ref blow his whistle in the match more than one Borough and Swans. I'm sure Mr. Warnock will be all over that. Alex, from a Wednesday point of view, another useless first half performance, all heads down as the players walk off. Yeah, the confidence has gone. Very good half. Need to keep the ball moving, take the chances. Puskas looks like, Puskas has made a positive influence returning for Reading. Could be just what they need. Wycombe at least fighting hard. Teams have to beat them. Just been watching the Barnsley match. Bit of a mess. I think you agree with John up further in chat. They could do with a net down the centre of the pitch and playing head tennis. This is going to happen to Barnsley with the pressing. That people are just going to go, fine. We'll just play long and try and get you on the turn. So we need Trevor Francis as well. Probably be playing you in League One next season. I thought Reading's injury situation was bad, but not as bad as Paunovic. Literally been in an arm sling himself. Yeah, Ikpeazu would be. He does look like he's going to do a job, doesn't he, in League One? Jordy DeVries back in that QPR TV team, doing a good job, says Noah. Chris, good first 15 minutes by Millwall, deflected Dak goal. Rovers far the better subsequently. Lions struggling to string 2 passes together, probably leggy, but injuries preventing rotation. Nick, well, we are still playing okay. Pookie's first strike was nice. His second was a little fortunate. Buendia shot spun in off Pearson into Pookie's path. Birmingham being quite effective against us. To be honest, the game could have been played on a 5-a-side pitch. Birmingham have come with a plan, and it's working. That's what happens when you win 6 games on the trot, isn't it? Who's the king of the bin today? I think it's Owain, but Jim's just got involved there, Russ. Thanks for the plug. Norwich have clinical attackers. They've not played that well. Yeah, they do have better players than the rest of the league, don't they? And that seems to be the narrative. Darren Moore will get used to these team talks. Hopefully not, for you Wednesday's sake. Reading look comfortable at the moment. Probing for a second goal. Elise, where is Elise playing today, Mr. E? Is he playing at number 10? And here, City nil, Rangers 2. We've not been bad. Rangers clinical, downfall all season and also defending general. Backinson, Naj and Viner were injured. Disaster. Not good. Can't stress enough how good Pushkas is. Well, that's good news. Pookie has scored 9 goals in 7 games. That's tremendous. 20 goals for Pookie. Will he catch Tony? How many is he behind? Was he 5 behind? Potentially. Yeah. How many games is there left? If he's getting 9 goals in 7, then, yeah, anything is possible, as Will Young said. Oh, look, Shaylee's in the chat. Tremendous scenes. Say hello to Shaylee, everybody. She's probably downstairs. She got back from dog walking. Any questions for Shaylee? Get him in the chat. She's always good value. Iain is watching Morecambe and Carlisle. Morecambe 2-0 up in League 2. What is this QPR team? I love it, says Charlie. Yeah, I have. I will be getting progressively higher in the next 45 minutes, put it that way, but there we go. Hi, Ben. Are you a bit disappointed? Villa losing to Blade. Still plenty of games to go for Europe, potentially, indeed. Loving that we have Pushkas back, says Tom. Doesn't get the most touches, but his off-the-ball play is vital. Heading out for a walk. Need to clear my head. Enjoy, Liam. Probably do the same later. John, better game against Luton. Luton making a game of it. Norwich Premier League class. Can't get over the fact that 5'2" of Ilias Chair scored a header. Goodness me. Some shady shout-outs there. Nice. Oh, go on. Oh, man, my eye. Oof. Queen Shaylee. Shaylee, is it true? Ben has the reflexes of a cat. That is 100% true. I can answer that one. I think she's gone. She's not answering any questions. Deary me. Pookie Norwich double at 16-1. Nice. All over the park, Elise. Good. Who will finish bottom, Wickham or Wednesday? Wednesday will do well to finish bottom now, won't they? Reactions of a cat. Aren't you allergic to cats, Shaylee? I think she is. Right. Let's see. She's going to tell me off because I just took these tissues from the makeup desk on my break. Try and stem the flow. Will Kenny Jackett get the sack today? Possibility, isn't it? Especially if that goes 5-0, 6-0 in the second half. It's not the worst shout, John, is it? Could have got Paul Cook back. Bud in the bar, says Shaylee. You realise Nat has got his own bar. Tremendous. Ollie McBurney is coming on for Sheffield United. He played centre-half the other day, didn't he? Or is he? Yes, he is. Coming on for Ollie Norwood. So Wilder is going for it. Let me know when your game kicks off in the second half. It's 4 minutes past 4. Burnley 1, Arsenal 1 earlier. Blades 0, Southampton 1. Watford 1, Forest 0 earlier. Barnsley 0, Birmingham 0. Bristol City 0, Rangers 2. Cov 1, Derby 0. Millwall 0, Blackburn 1. Norwich 2, Luton 0. Preston 0, Bournemouth 1. Reading 1, Wednesday 0. Stoke 0, Wickham 0. Swans 1, Borough 0. Earlier today, Gillingham 3, Ipswich 1. Woof. Jacket won't be sacked today. The Iceners are quite loyal in that regard. Contract runs out in the summer. Anyway, interesting. Thank you, White Hart Dane. Nat, is there gin in your bar? And can Shaylee come? Alex, we can't have Patterson dropped because I need 10 goals worth of one scuffed over the goal line from him this season. Doncaster 2, Plymouth 0. Doncaster are better without Darren Moore, aren't they? 4 defeats in 5 before he left. Omar Bogle has scored. Free header at the back post. Easy peasy. Second halves, a go everywhere. Let me know any subs or anything happening in the games you're watching. as we await our next goal. Where will it come from? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cutting Eye Joe. Decent side, Donny. Yeah, don't I know it? They beat Ipswich 4-1 earlier in the season. There you go. The bar is full of gin. So is one of the cupboards in my kitchen, Nat. So can anyone help me out with this? Are Rangers winning the championship in Scotland? Is that happening today? Ooh, we got a second goal for Southampton. Straight after Chris Wilder's made a substitution. Disappointing. We're now about to see it. How are they going to concede from here? A horrible clearance by Lundstrom, headed down. Oh, what a finish. It's bad defending first off, but then to be fair, Che Adams larrups it into the top corner with the right foot. Incredible. Absolutely incredible finish from Adams. Two things can be true. Some bad defending, but a brilliant finish by Adams there. Lundstrom really messed up the clearance. I'm seeing it again on the iPad now. Worth watching twice, this one. So Lundstrom turns and he tries to kind of clip it over to Brewster. He's headed up in the air, nodded back down. That's a brilliant goal by Adams. Ramsdale is furious because, well, that ball should have got cleared, but it's a superb finish by Adams. Pretty much the best goal I've seen today, for sure. Great strike. And here it comes, everybody. Barnsley 1, Birmingham 0. Is the 7 straight wins on? Barnsley have the lead. Plymouth have scored, but it wasn't Jeffcott. Barnsley have the lead. Barnsley 1, Birmingham 0. They are on for the 7th straight victory. Incredible stuff from Barnsley on 49 minutes. The Tykes take the lead. We will await and see who the goal scorer is. They're showing us some footage from Swansea. Middlesbrough chance, edge of the box. It's into the net. What's happened there? Is they've given a foul beforehand? The whistle's gone. The ball's in the back of the net. What went on here then? Boller has smashed it in. Is he given a penalty or the other way around? Doesn't look like a foul, does it? No, he's given a foul the other way. Well, I await Mr. Neil Warnock's views on that decision because it didn't look much in it, did it? Anyway, let's get the ticker back up. Did I put the Barnsley goal on? I did. Daryl DK has scored for Barnsley on 49 minutes. And Cammy is going to tell us all about it. This for 7 straight wins, remember, for Barnsley. It's cleared by Dean, turned over on the halfway line. Means Morris plays it out to DK, right-hand side of the box. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a goal. That's an utterly ridiculous goal. The DK has got no right to shoot from there. That's a brilliant goal. Rifles it into the top corner, just curves away. What a goal by DK. A bit of a rubbish celebration, doing like a Fortnite dance afterwards. But sensational from DK and Barnsley. Adams and DK scoring a couple of absolute beauts of a goal there. Both of them. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Unbelievable scenes. What a goal from Barnsley. Oh, yes, it was. Brilliant stuff. Borough goal ruled out. Yeah, that's a strange one. Very, very strange one, that. Looked like a 50-50 in the box. That I think it was Balassi. It looked like he won it ahead of Fulton. And it looked like Fulton just kind of went over his foot. Boller smacked it in. I'm sure Warnock will describe it nicely. It wasn't a foul by Borough. It should count or be a penalty. It just looked like a goal to me, didn't it? DK, third goal for Barnsley. What a strike that was. Just tagged me in the Wednesday free kick on Twitter. I need to see this, Al's 1992. I don't want to get done for copyright infringement if I put it up on the screen, though. Let's have a look. Have you got the right Benjamin Bloom? I'm not seeing anything. Or have you DM'd it to me? I can't see it. Whichever Wednesday fan just tagged me in that. Although Twitter does get clogged up on a Saturday, doesn't it? What a strike. Oof. Believe Rangers take the title with a win today, provided Celtic lose tomorrow. Yes. Be Rangers' first title in a long while, won't it? Lincoln are 2-0 up. Literally everybody at the top of League One above Ipswich is winning, with Ipswich having lost earlier today. Not good. McGrandles has scored for Lincoln now. They're 2-0 up against Carew. If you have a look at the table, has that put Barnsley into the top 6? No, because Bournemouth are winning. But it could be the 7th straight win for Barnsley, couldn't it? Unbelievable. Going to be up on 57 points with that game in hand and all the momentum in the world by the look of it. Barnsley, 7 straight victories potentially for the Tykes. What brilliant form they are in. Keep your comments coming. Let me know how your game is going. We're probably getting into substitute territory in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. But plenty of goals going round. Burnley won. Arsenal won earlier on today. Sheffield United are now 2-0 down against Southampton. Adams in the second half made that 2-0. Watford won, Forest 0 earlier on today. Barnsley have just gone 1-0 up against Birmingham. What a goal by DK. Brentford and Rotherham postponed. Bristol City are still 2 down at home to QPR. Coventry 1. Derby 0. Could be a big win that for Coventry. Just what they need. Millwall 0. Blackburn 1. Dak. Norwich 2. Luton 0. Pookie's on a hat-trick in that game for Norwich. Preston 0. Bournemouth 1. And that's the one Barnsley fans are going to be looking at. Can Preston get an equaliser? I think that would put Barnsley in the top 6, wouldn't it? But Bournemouth are doing the job. Reading 1, Wednesday 0, and Wednesday down to 10. Burner sent off in the first half. Elise scored the penalty. Stoke 0, Wickham 0. Is that our only game without any goals? It is, isn't it? Swansea 1, Borough 0. Looked like Borough just had a goal scratched off on a very marginal decision. Let's describe it that way. Swans 1, Borough 0. That's going to put Brentford down to 4th and Swansea in 3rd. Gillingham 3, Ipswich 1 in Paul Cook's first game. Oh, here we go. Here's the Wednesday freak. Oh, dear. That's tremendous. Should we put it up on the screen? I'll probably get done for copyright if I do. I won't, but thank you. Who was it who sent me that? Owls 1992. Thank you very, very much. A painful free kick there. I shouldn't laugh at others' misfortune. Ben, don't suppose you went to the game with a last-minute Barrow winner when Reading beat it? I don't think so. No, that was Portman Road, wasn't it? No, I don't think I was at that one in 1819, wasn't it? Yeah, horrible. Yuck, yuck, yuck. No belief so far. QPR comfortable. And Bristol City ravaged by injuries in that game as well. That live table like garlic to a... I'm going to warn you every time it goes up, Jim. Don't you worry, my friend. Officiating in the Championship is horrendous, poor quality. I think we'll see the VAR in. A lot of these bad decisions, you would think, would be helped if they could implement VAR in a sensible way. Norwich playing some great stuff in the second half. Would like to see a goal to reflect it. I'm sure there's one coming, Mel. Don't you worry about that. Can't wait for Neil Warnock to react to that. He's not going to be a happy bunny, is he, about that? Liam is a nervous-looking MK fan there on 42 points. Don't think anyone other than Bannon practices set plays in training. No. He's the man there, isn't he? Rob, hate it when Birmingham concede a goal, but when it's as good as Barnsley, I take it better. That was a great goal, wasn't it? Burton won Peterborough 0. Wow. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank doing bits there. George is looking good on his Super 6 there. You don't want the goals too early, do you? Swan's getting battered, says Steve. Lewis agrees. It should be level soon. Sounds like Borough, motivated by the injustice probably of that Boller goal that flew in and got disallowed. Season is a write-off. Well, and here for Bristol City, I guess they've just got to get Pearson's feet under the table and, start some good practice that works towards next season, haven't they? To use a horrible business term there, good practice. Shame on me. Not many goals in the second half. In the Championship, only Barnsley scoring against Birmingham. Obviously, in our dearly departed game, Che Adams scored for Southampton at Sheffield United. Plenty going on in League One. Should have a look in League One and see what's going on with that table. And it's not going to look good for my lot, Ipswich, is it? Everybody's winning, well, except Peterborough, as JR said in the chat. So Hull are winning, Lincoln are winning, Sunderland are winning, Doncaster are winning, Pompey are getting hammered by Northampton, and Peterborough are losing to Burton. Accrington are winning. There's Ipswich in 8th on 50 points, but still a long way to go. Portsmouth down 4-0. I know, Adrian. A lovely old first half if you're a Northampton fan. Put it that way. Keep your comments coming. In the absence of second half goals here. In fact, Burton have gone 2-0 up against Peterborough. Wow. I should look at the bottom of the table and have a look to see what that Burton form has done. Set play, volleyed home. I mean, it quite hit the net, but it certainly went over the goal line. And Burton, wow, are 2 up. Oh, God, they're miles out of the bottom 6 now on 34 points, 4 points clear. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and Burton. Just fits, doesn't it? Just fits perfectly. Triple sub coming up for Luton. They're going to freshen up. Here we go, freshen up. Going to see a clip from Preston here on Soccer Saturday. Oh, big chance. Who's put that over the top? Didn't get a close-up. Big chance for Preston, though, over the top. The issue with Reading is once we go one up, we often adapt to San Marino-esque approach of filling our own box. Yeah, they have been good. They have been good defending leads, haven't they, Reading? We've gone to the Reading game here. Let's see a Reading chance. Oh, nice feet there. Who was that? Was that Holmes all the way up in the box? Just puts it around his man and hits it left-footed across the goal. I think it was Holmes. Oof. Close. What a job Jimmy doing at Burton. Tell me about it, hey? Lovely old turnaround there. Preston looking lively, as we've just seen. Dan. 7 red cards for Wednesday this season. Is that right? Goodness me. And at the top of League One, thanks, Annie. Hull 2 up now as well. We're seeing a chance for Stoke. Oh my God, how has he not scored that? Crossed in from the left-hand side and, sorry, with the Stoke shirts, whoever it was in the box there, couldn't quite sort his feet out. It's an open goal virtually. If he can just get any kind of contact on it, he's going to score. But he does not. We're pretty much an hour in at all of our games now in the Super Stream. We're about to see the second Gavin White goal for Hull. It looks like Honeyman coming in from the right, squares it across. Good finish by White, actually. Good play by Honeyman as well. And Hull, I think Hull are going top, aren't they, in League One? Nicely put, Lewis. What's going on with Northampton? They're 4-0 up, Katie. What's going on with Portsmouth is probably the more pertinent question. Balassi looking lively for Borough, says Lewis. Borough are pushing there at Swansea, aren't they? Although Swansea do win tight games, don't they? And have done all season. Still, plenty riding on these games. Okay, 2-goal gap in the Blade Southampton game, but only 1 goal in it at Barnsley, 2 in it at QPR, only 1 goal in it at Coventry, only 1 goal in it at Millwall, 2 in it at Norwich, only 1 in it at Preston, only 1 in it at Reading against Wednesday. Stoke and Wickham are level, and only 1 goal in it at Swansea as well. So plenty could change in terms of outcomes. Double change for Preston. Gordon and Maguire on. Luton having a go since the sub. No real chances. Yeah. And the danger is they get picked off for a third. Ooh. Coventry have hit the post there. Callum O'Hare, I think. Oh, we're actually going to get a replay. Or was it Matty James? It was Callum O'Hare. No, it wasn't. Because the ball flew past Callum O'Hare, so I was watching. The replay was from behind the goal. I couldn't see any numbers. Although my eyesight's not exactly with it today, is it? Appalling. Reading 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Reading are now 2 up on 65 minutes. That's only our second half goal, but as I said about Wednesday's season, certainly this game put a fork in it. It's done here. They're playing against 10. We'd seen that good chance for Reading just a minute ago. Just flew past the post. And Wednesday are 2 down. And of course, Lucas Shaw, who they sold to Reading, has scored the goal, the inevitable goal against the former opponent. And Lucas Shaw puts Reading 2-0 up. So Reading, I mean, we'll have a little bit of a look at them in a sec. We'll just wait for the goal. Do some numbers on where they're looking now, but looking very good for 5th place with 3 straight wins at the moment. Reading. Right, we're going to see the goal now. Zhao scored it on the 65th minute. A little one around the corner. Elise, Silky plays it outside. I think it's Iain. Good finish. Good goal, that. Moving the ball nice and quickly there. Elise, they're scared of him on the edge of the box. I think it goes out to Iain, who knocks it back in. And Zhao, first time left-footed. Nice goal by Lucas Zhao. And that, I can tell you, is Lucas Zhao's 18th goal in the championship this season. I believe got a hat-trick in a League Cup game as well. So 21 in all competitions for the season. Lucas Zhao, an excellent total for Zhao. Stan says Pookie hasn't scored a championship hat-trick yet in his career. Only hat-trick he scored for Norwich was against Newcastle. Well, he's got how many more minutes left, Stan? About half an hour left. Stoke 1, Wycombe 0 in a very bad moment for the two sides right at the bottom. Have Blackburn got a penalty? Pass. We cut to a clip there. Stoke 1, Wycombe 0 on 64 minutes. The goals are flowing now with Lucas Zhao scoring his inevitable goal. Rhys Norrington-Davis, the left-back on loan from Sheffield United, is the goal scorer. And Stoke lead. They've lost the last couple, I think, haven't they? It's a lovely goal, actually. Norrington-Davis coming from way back and a give and go. And he's through and scores. And Barnsley fans are going to like this one because Preston have equalised. Preston 1, Bournemouth 1. And I believe when we go to the live league table, Barnsley are going to be in the top 6. Wow. Preston 1, Bournemouth 1. Dan Johnson has scored. It's a poor clearance by Cook, I think. And it's good from Johnson. He pounces on it, gets to the edge of the box, curls it in with the left foot. Ben Pearson looks away because he's probably seen Dan Johnson do that hundreds of times in training, that type of finish. And as it stands, with Barnsley winning and Bournemouth drawing, Barnsley are going to go into the top 6. I'll come to your comments in just a sec. We'll bring the live league table up first because I think we can all get behind this because they were in League One very recently. Barnsley are in 6th position with 12 games to go. That's sensational, isn't it? Look at that. So look, Barnsley move above Bournemouth as things stand. Obviously, a Birmingham goal or a Bournemouth goal would change that. But as things stand, with 12 games to go, with 15, 20 minutes left of the game, we have Barnsley in the top 6. Wow. Down at the bottom, obviously, Wycombe and Sheffield Wednesday have just conceded goals quickly. Not good for them. Rotherham, remember, are not playing. So maybe Birmingham are getting off lightly, especially given Coventry are leading against Derby. That, my friends, is about the size of it. Let's have a look at your comments here. Jim says floodgates could open. Hopefully not for you, Jim, and the Wednesday fans, but 2-0. Liam's off to make dinner. Not happy with MK going down 2 at Wigan. Bloody Zhao. It was inevitable, Nat, wasn't it? It was inevitable. Go and pick out a gin for Shaley. Shocking from the Swans, said Steve. Looks like Borough are pushing in that game. A free kick from McNair. Cabano on for Balassi and that. Adrian is wondering why Darren Moore left Doncaster for Wednesday. It's a big club, Wednesday, isn't it? If you can get it right there. Goodness me. George is closing in on his Super 6. Norwich have gone 3-0 up. Tell me, is that a Pookie hat-trick? Norwich 3-0 up against Luton. We're going to find out from Tim Sherwood. Has Pookie got the hat-trick? Here's Cantwell down the left, cuts inside. That's a lovely goal by Cantwell. Excellent work by Todd Cantwell. Comes in off the left, hits it right-footed, right into the corner from Cantwell. Lovely work by the young Norwich, what do we call him, a winger, attacking midfielder. Don't know what the modern term is. Now, right, let's update the ticker because we have had a couple of goals. We need to reflect that Norwich are now 3 up against Luton. Preston and Bournemouth are level. We need to put Stoke 1-0 up as well. Don't we? That should be an updated ticker for you. Let's try and get through the rest of these comments. We're not going to, though. Another goal. Millwall 0, Blackburn 2. Really good result this, looking like, for Blackburn. I looked at the team and I thought, I'm not so sure about that. I think Millwall are going to win, but wrong. Wrong again. You try doing this. Millwall 0, Blackburn 2, and it's also Stoke 2, Wickham 0. We'll try and grab you both of those goals. It says the big man, so I don't know whether that's Stephen Fletcher on the Stoke Twitter. I need to get this done quickly and look over here because we're about to see the goal. I think Dolan plays it through left side of the box, crossed back in. Oh, it's a bit of a lucky one. Dolan hits the shot and it just bounces in off Sam Gallagher's midriff. And they have a 2-0 lead and maybe an unassailable 2-goal lead now. Harry Suter is the goal scorer for Stoke, who are probably home and hosed in their game against Wickham. Stoke 2, Wickham 0. Stoke just off that playoff race at the moment. They'd need a little run of victories to get them in there. We're just waiting to see. I assume if it's Suter who scored the goal, it's probably a header and probably a set play. 2 goals within 5 minutes. Norrington Davis on 64. Suter on 69. I think Stoke Twitter has just said it's his first goal for the club. Goodness me. In it goes from the set play. Towering header by Suter. Right back across the goalkeeper. And now there was a player on the line and he just didn't seem to get there in time. But Suter heads it in. Pompey have got a goal back. Ellis Harrison, who used to play for Ipswich, is the goal scorer. Let's have a look. Have a look at some more comments here. We can all get behind it. Yeah. Never appropriate in front of football fans, isn't it? There's always going to be one. Zhao is guilty for making Wednesday look half decent for a season or two. There you go. Dan, get in. Knew we'd get something. Lee, Barnsley fan, just came to make some noise after Preston scored. I'm sure that goal heavily cheered by some Barnsley fans. MJ, less pressure on Darren Moore to keep Wednesday up than to get Doncaster up. That's probably right, isn't it? Didn't Darren Moore used to play for Derby? Did he go to Derby, MJ? Back end of his career? Can't remember. Did he play for West Brom? I'm sure he ended up at Derby, didn't he, Darren Moore? Grant Hall is injured, says Lewis, for Borough. They're chasing away at Swansea. The 1-0 down. Katie, only the second time Wigan have scored 3 this season. Simple pleasures. Lovely. Brentford are going to find themselves dropping to 4th today. Could not the self-belief. It could. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. And some people have questioned the self-belief under heavy pressure of Brentford. Not me, but many people have. There you go. I thought he went to Derby. Jordan Rhodes is on for Wednesday. All is saved. Stan says, did you see we've been pronouncing Max Aaron's surname correctly? Aaron's is how it should be pronounced. The locals are. Wouldn't that be how you would say it in Norfolk accent? Max Aaron's, Max Aaron's, Max Aaron's, Aaron's boy. I don't know. You know my thoughts on pronunciation. As long as we all know who the players are. We try our best with lots of different players. We're seeing a chance for Bristol City here. JG, was it? Tackled, and then Wells sticks it over the top. Looked like a decent chance of that one. Philip Flop. So nice seeing Norwich being defensively sound, clean sheet after clean sheet. Yes, possession teams often do have really good defensive records on the basis that they don't give away many chances because they have the ball so often, don't they? I always remember like Brendan Rodgers for Swansea. You'd look and you'd think there's no hulking central defensive midfielder or, head it, kick it defenders, but just keep the ball, don't they? So you don't concede many goals. Good news in that regard. Moore played for Barnsley. 3 Barnsley defeat. Yeah, I saw that stat, Aaron. Brilliant stuff. 3 Barnsley defenders have managed Wednesday this season. Well impressed with the Norfolk accent. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get in trouble for that at some point. Dennis. Where does my uncle live? I can't even think where it is in Norfolk, but he's got a lovely Norfolk accent. My Uncle Richard, beautiful. Would it be wrong to open the second Pepsi? We're back with Cammy at Barnsley. Can Barnsley hold out for the 7th straight victory? Can they do it? 80 minutes now coming up on the clock. David Johnson's son has scored for Lincoln. Brennan Johnson, 3-0. He's on loan from Forest. I think he should play Lincoln midweek. That doesn't bode well, does it? Ouch. Open it. That's all the encouragement I needed, Annie. Thank you. You can see I'm very easily led and badly influenced. Bob's your uncle. Richard's my uncle. Lasagna for dinner. That sounds good. I don't know what we've got. Pookie off. No hat-trick for Tamu. Barnsley just about keeping Wednesday up at the moment. There you go. Can't disagree with that. Are we going to get some last 10-minute goals here? We're just having a look at the Lincoln goal. Big switch of play. Go on, volley it. He's brought it down, Johnson. Steps inside. Oh, what a great goal that is. Check out the third Lincoln goal if you get to see it. Brilliant goal. Just as it was coming across, it must go through football players' minds. They must go, oh, God, I could Van Basten this, couldn't I? I would go down in folklore if I smashed this in the top corner. I've kept my London accent for years, even though I've lived in the southwest. Good work. Keep to your roots. Big wins for Swans and Stoke if they hang on. Keeps the auto race by their fingernails. Can't see beyond Watford. Definitely looks like 3 teams for 2, doesn't it? We just eyeing up, Chris, that Watford running, aren't we? Looks like Watford need a lead going into the last few games because they may not win all of those last few games. Can they keep their opponents at bay with draws? I wonder. Derby getting dragged back into it. Buendia and Pookie off. So Luton have a chance for the last however many minutes. George, I've got a classic, a Barnsley accent, lad. The Mick McCarthy accent. I don't know, that was probably an abomination, wasn't it? There we go. Lincoln in it. Yeah, Lincoln will be good in the championship if they get up. That'd be fun, won't it? Liam, bless you. I'll have to come down and meet you at MK, Liam, because I'm only up the road. I do like going down to MK, and we can send Shaylee shopping into the H&M. Good place to watch football. There, I know it gets a bad rap, but nice journey for me. Blades almost look like they may have had a chance. Yeah, 2 down at home to Southampton. We're getting close to it being, just a few games. You're counting down the games, aren't you? Sort of, how far are Sheffield United away from being relegated? Obviously, it took me about 10 words too many to make the point I was trying to make then. My apologies. But yeah, let's have a look at the bottom of the Prem, where you'll see Blades 12 points off, and it's going to be 10 games to go. Oof. 12 points off is you're relegated 4 games prior to the end of the season, which is horrible for the Blades. Did such a thrilling job to get up there. It was a joy to watch that story, wasn't it? And I was there for lots of it, as you can imagine. My first sort of season really covering the championship, that 18-19, and I actually saw them get over the line. Sheffield United. Well, it got to the point where Leeds would have had to swing 18 goals or something. Championship talk, helping with the Derby Day nerves. Oh, of course, Jonesy. Villa Wolves. How do you see it going, my friend? Villa Wolves later on.
Sorry, there is nothing for me to resume.
Oh, Alexa is getting involved again, and I don't know why. I don't know what I said.
Sorry, I don't know that.
I just need to be quiet, don't I? Well, I can't do it on camera. Give her my normal reply, but it might be X-rated. Right. Any late goals coming from anywhere? Alexa always gets a good laugh. Oh, no, why have I said that? She's going to reply now, isn't she? Don't reply. There we go. Got away with that one. Burnley 1, Arsenal 1 earlier today. Sheffield United 0, Southampton 2. 4 minutes to go in that game. Watford 1, Forest 0. Watford up into second with that win. Swansea closing in on another win to get within a point. Barnsley 1, Birmingham 0. The 7th straight win is on for the Tykes. Brentford Rotherham postponed, COVID. Rotherham's game against Luton is also postponed as well. They're going to be chasing their tails, Rotherham, for the remainder of the season. Playing lots of games. Bristol City 0, QPR 2. Chair and Dickey in the first half. Bristol City had to make 3 subs within the first 37 minutes of that game. Coventry 1, Derby 0. Biamu, goal scorer. Could be a big win for Coventry, that in terms of their points parity, Going to be 38 from 35 if they can get over the line with that one. Starting to get close to that 10-year average, 45 to survive, says I. Over 10 years, the average survival number needed has been 45 points, meaning 1 point more than third bottom, essentially. Millwall 0, Blackburn 2. Welcome win for Blackburn if they can get over the line. Norwich 3, Luton 0. I should say the Blackburn goal scorers, Dack and Gallagher. A couple of strange goals. Deflections really on both of them. Norwich 3, Luton 0. Norwich procession goes on. Pookie with 2 goals and Campbell with the third. Preston 1, Bournemouth 1. This is a key result. If Bournemouth can get a winner, they'll be back into 6th place at the expense of Barnsley. And of course, if Birmingham were to get an equaliser in these last minutes, then Bournemouth would also go back up into 6th place. Our final change, says the Barnsley Twitter. Adebayo has come on for Woodrow. The first line of defence, as we know, with Barnsley is those pressing forwards. What's going on at Millwall? They've hit the post. Was that Scott Malone again, trying to add to his recent goal-scoring exploits? Finally, Stoke 2, Wickham 0. And I missed it out for a reason. Reading 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0, because it's just turned in to Reading 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Have Reading, I know they scored 4 against Blackburn. Have they won by 3 clear goals this season, Reading? Excellent win for Reading. They've gone 3 up in the 88th minute. It's Reading 3, Wednesday 0. We'll react to that goal in just a sec. Stoke 2 up, Norrington, Davis and Suter with the goal. Swans 1, Borough 0. Ayew with the goal. Gillingham 3, Ipswich 1 at 1 p.m. Here comes the third goal for Reading. Looks like Aluko down the left, crosses in. Not dealt with. Yidem drives that one low with the right foot into the far corner. I think that was Yidem arriving, be the right position. Yes, indeed, it was. All hell is breaking loose at Sheffield United. Just expect to see Jefferson Lerma in the middle of the punch-up. It's a niche championship reference that I'm sure most of you will get. Let's have a look here. I'm not going to say a name, but I agree, MJ. And I agree with that as well, but I'm not going to say it out loud. That's tremendous. Right. Oh, I'm setting others off. Deary me. That wouldn't be any fun, would it, Anna, if I muted her? Jonesy would take a draw. Season more or less over. Just want to go through the embarrassment of a Derby Lane loss again. Yes, it was a late defeat, Wolves to Villa earlier in the season. Yeah, are we questioning, is Alexa, oh God, I said a name again, didn't I? Recording our every move. I wonder. 2-0 down Wednesday, or 3 down. Windass off for Pelopessi. This has been a fun stream. Thank you. Maury's cracking me up. Stop it. Naughty. Glad Rooney rested players against Carl. Crikey. Yeah. Derby still awaiting a goal if they're going to get one in that game. 5 conceded in 2 games. 2 Burners' fault, 3 Penny's fault. Oh dear. He can only work with the cards he's got. Reading beat Millers 3-0 and covered it. Thank you. There you go. Feels like they haven't had a convincing win for a while, doesn't it, Reading? Julian, performance have been poor despite results lately. Today we've been dreadful and got the result we deserve. Who are you talking about, Julian? Tell us the team. We're coming into stoppage times everywhere. I should be able to get the clocks up on the screen for you, and you'll see that pretty much everywhere, other than Stoke, are into stoppage time. Stoke, as you can see there, just at 88 minutes, delayed for whatever reason. Millwall, thank you, Julian. Full time's coming in then. Preston 1, Bournemouth 1 is a full time. So if Barnsley hold on, and I won't cross my fingers and leave my bias at the door. Wow, Swansea 1, Middlesbrough 1. We have a 90th minute equaliser for Borough. And Watford and Brentford fans will be cock-a-hoop about that. It is a late equaliser. Swansea 1, Borough 1 in the 90th minute. Woof. And that is going to be really good news for Watford, who are clear now in second position. Ali McCoist is going to describe it. Full time at Norwich, 3-0. Here comes the Borough goal. They come down the right-hand side. Oh, what happened there? Morsey flicked it up and hit it on the volley. For some reason, Woodman was completely wrong-footed in the goal. I don't know why. I don't know whether it took a deflection or what, but Woodman was just kind of fell to the wrong side. And that's going to make, well, if you're a Watford fan, that's going to make you very, very happy. Morsey with a late equaliser, assuming everything stays the same there. Woof. Get in. We deserve something from the game, says David. Unbelievable. Sammy Morsey, get in. Go Borough. Gone through Woodman. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Reading 3, Wednesday 0. Full time. We got to get that live league table up. And look at that for Watford. With the Brentford postponement, Swans look like they're going to drop points into stoppage time and a 90th minute equaliser. It's Watford 66, Brentford 63 with a game in hand, Swans 63 with 2 games in hand. Interesting. Getting very, very interesting at the top there. And Swansea have now dropped points if they don't get the win in 3 of their last 5 games, whilst others around them are setting quite the standard, let's just say. Steve, very self-aware, very honest. Well-deserved. Borough Swans have been awful. Deary me. We get our stoppage time goal today. I suspect that's all we'll get. Swansea's fingernails gave way. We've said this for a while, Chris, haven't we? Fine margins, Swansea, and it has been. They've just been really good with game management and won tight games. I mean, I'm a big fan of what Swansea have done, but maybe from what the underlying numbers say, some chickens coming home to roost over the last few games, to use a well-worn phrase. Yes, Liam. We know about Watford's finish. They need to get out in front, don't they, before they play Norwich, Brentford and Swansea. The only thing you would say is that Norwich in the last 3 or 4 games might actually be an easy game. Unless Norwich are going for 100 points, they'll have nothing to play for because we think they'll probably be up by then. Borough could win this, says Jim. Goodness me. And Barnsley have won. Wow. That is 7 straight wins for Barnsley. Utterly brilliant from Barnsley. 57 points they move on to. They have won 7 straight games. So impressive. So impressive. And with the Bournemouth draw, Barnsley go in to the top 6. Incredible. Look at that. 17 wins. Last 7 games have all been wins. Brilliant stuff from Barnsley. We should give Norwich a tip of the cap. They also have 7 straight wins, but it's slightly less of a surprise, Norwich getting them, put it that way, than Barnsley getting them. Full time at Bristol City, it is 2-0 to QPR. And I wonder how many of these games are still live. I think Swansea and Stoke are both still going. Oh, you're kidding me. Swansea have a penalty. Are you kidding me? I do not believe this. Swansea have a penalty. Oh, my goodness. Swansea had a penalty in the 94th minute in their last game. Wow. Come on, Sky. Get there. Get there before he takes it. I don't believe this. Penalty to Swansea. Goodness me. Come on, Jeff. Get to Swansea, for goodness sake. We need to see this. Penalty to Swansea, says the Borough Twitter. The ref appeared to have awarded a corner. Could Swansea be winning 2 consecutive games with injury time penalties? I don't believe this. Come on, get to Swansea. Why have they gone to Burton? I'm on Sky Sports Football, guys. Don't worry about that. As we await to see what happens with the Swans penalty. And Watford and Brentford fans will wait for this one. Burton 2, Peterborough 1. Peterborough have got a goal back at the top of League One. We don't care. We want to know what's happening at Swansea. Come on, Jeff. Right, there we go. Andre Ayew from the penalty spot against Marcus Bettinelli. Really big moment, this one. Up comes Ayew. Hop, skip, jump, left-footed, scores. Swansea have won in stoppage time through a penalty for the 2nd straight game, and their players and staff go crazy. I'm not surprised. Ayew does it again. We're now going to see it's Jamal Lowe crosses it in. We're going to see the decision. I think it's Bidwell. I have to say, it doesn't look like a great tackle in terms of technically he's wrong side and he's gone in. I'd need to see a replay. 97 when the penalty went in. Remember, they won 96th minute. And, well, Swansea and fine margins. I'll be quiet about chickens coming home to roost. But, wow, they're doing what they need to, Swansea, aren't they? Sensational. I hadn't even got the Borough goal up on the ticker. Let's put it up. Swansea 2, Borough 1. I think I'm caught up with everywhere else. My God. Let's go back to the live table where everything has changed up the top. And Swansea do go into 3rd place, and they do go on to 65 points. The game's still going, by the way. I suppose Borough could still score. Full-time at Stoke. And it's full-time at Swansea. We have a complete set and a bit of drama at the end. We'll go to the table in a sec. It was in the Premier League, Sheffield United 0, Southampton 2 in our dearly departed game. Earlier today, Watford 1, Forest 0. Barnsley 1, Birmingham 0, 7th straight win. Brentford Rotherham postponed. Bristol City 0, QPR 2. Coventry 1, Derby 0. Millwall 0, Blackburn 2. Norwich 3, Luton 0. Preston 1, Bournemouth 1. Reading 3, Wednesday 0. Stoke 2, Wickham 0. And in the 97th minute, Swansea 2, Borough 1. Swansea with their 2nd penalty, 96th minute on midweek, 97th minute at the weekend. Unbelievable, as Gary Neville would say. There's the table. Norwich are miles clear, 10 points clear for Norwich. But far more interesting now is this chase for 2nd place, where Watford moved into 2nd earlier in the day. Swansea just keeping in touch with that late goal. Brentford postponed. Now have a game in hand on Swansea, but Swansea have a game in hand on Brentford. They did obviously have 2 going into today. Reading, 3 straight wins for the Royals. Brilliant stuff from them. 60 points they're on to, but 7 straight wins for Barnsley, and with Bournemouth not managing to hold on to their lead at Preston, Bournemouth drop out of the playoff positions to the train that is Barnsley. Incredible stuff. Cardiff drew, Borough lost, Stoke won. Stoke, they're 9 points off the playoffs, though. Barnsley setting that incredible pace. I don't know what's just happened to the Sofa score table at the top there. Let me just refresh. This always happens at 5 o'clock, doesn't it? Some weirdness happens to the table. Obviously, Brentford are not third. They seem to have just lost Swansea's win off there. Hopefully, the rest of the table is correct. We'll go down to the bottom. Wickham lost. Wednesday lost. Rotherham didn't play. Birmingham lost. Great day for Coventry, who are 6 points clear now, and they're on 38 points from 35 games. Wow, what a finish with that Swansea goal. Unbelievable stuff. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I know there's still loads of comments coming in, but I won't be able to catch up with all of them. That is the Saturday Super Stream for another week. We'll do the review show. Loads to talk about, obviously, isn't there? Thanks for being patient as I've been messing with my eye for the whole stream. Hopefully that's sorted out by Monday. Tomorrow we'll be doing a watch-along of Newcastle playing West Brom. And like I say, the review will be on Monday at 1 p.m. I'll give my full... I know there's lots of stuff coming in. I'll give my full views on the penalty and all the stuff that's gone on today. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, as ever, to David, who is our fan sponsor, not Russ or the Donovans or Jay, but David. There we go. Scroll down to the right one. Wow. Fan of the channel, happy to support great content. And it is a big, huge, giant over and out from me. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.